Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live, SKTV Liberia, however else you want to term it. Welcome and welcome. It's a good day to be alive. As you join us, let's share the show. Um, feels good to be back. I took a little sabbatical yesterday. I was doing some things in the community. It's good to be back. As you join us, share the show, please. Let's share the show. Um, let's share the show, please. I just laugh. My boy, you share the show, yo, nada. You share the show, yo, nada. Uh, today, let's share the show. Today is a Father Day. To get one Father Day again, we got to pass the right mid noise. Are you ready? Let's share the show, yeah, my people. Yeah. Let's share the show. Yeah, let's share the show, my people. Please. Yeah, let's share the show. Happy weekend. Happy Father Day. Happy New Week. Happy happy what did they name? Men's Day. So jealous of doing here. A Father Day today all your there. Father Day all your there. Yeah, let's share the show, my people. Happy Father's Day. Today is also Abraham's Day. To all of our Muslim brothers and sisters, fathers, mothers, happy Abraham Day. Happy Abraham Day as you guys celebrate. The Father Day seem to be going good so far. Happy Father Day. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Let me see if I can bring Melbourne. Monk will be joining us here. Seku will be joining us. We're having a full show. Happy Father's Day. Let's see here. Happy Father's Day. Okay, let's see if we can bring my man. The Father Day. We get shit you eating, sir.
Yeah. He said what again? He said what are doing against?
I suspect you.
Oh, what again, brother?
But the nigga shit you eating,
But the father there now, my brother. So we the original fathers, we will sometimes we wear, and that is a Steve. And I hope that we'll be having some opportunity to tell the world, some of the things that the original fathers go
No,
through,
we're not talking about your father many nations there, man.
No, I'm talking about no.
What people
Today, Umpa, how do I even describe it? But you come here with anything to them, I will go against it. Especially when it comes to we, the original fathers. Don't blame us with
why you
other.
put why you
Yo, so many
who they now original father now? What do you mean original father? Because of the
Aha. So when you talk about original fathers,
yeah.
number one, we want to give it up to the Almighty Creator. Now, one, then on this eye, we the everyday fathers, especially those fathers who making sure that we bring up our children in a good and normal way. We
So what?
who sacrifice on the rain, on the sun, and everything. We woo. Look, mind you, sometimes people don't even know that women out there are a lot of women out there that also abandon children on fathers. They abandon the children on the men. But because society see men like, in fact, we are the kind of more, I don't even know how to even describe us, but society make us to look bad and terrible. So even when something is happening to you, because maybe it's between you and that maybe a lady or maybe a female, society will go to our side. And so
So
this day today, yeah.
Melbourne. All that planet in the way you're talking to me, ask you the question. So what about father then who are following the will of God, who are being fruitful and multiplying? What you say about that?
You say, Father, who have been following?
The will and the will of God, be fruitful and multiply. There's some father then who are fruitful and they're multiplying. What you say about that?
Yeah,
because
yes, I agree with you 100%. That's why I'm saying that we have the original father, because even that Bible, that's for example, some of what we read, the certain part of that Bible that also say that if you, as a father, you're not able to even take care of your home, you're not able to even control your home.
Most of the father they are talking about not on home level, need a home story. You discussing like partner, you didn't think on man say giving you a hard time. They think on job what you want here that it can confuse you sometimes.
Steve, I understand that's how you want to come. Just give me chance. I know where you want to come. I know I know that you want to come to the daddy. The fuck.
Steve. You're in the party chair. You're full of all kind of zaman, and that your own funny thing. Just get to the issue. Read that story.
So
I'm understanding you today.
So that's what the issue you're talking about. You are talking about some of the fathers or some of the reckless, let me just say, some of the reckless fathers, some of the fathers who behave like, in fact, they have no good upbringing, especially some of our people that we always observing, who are also making sure that
I'm talking about father then. I'm talking about men who are fathers because they multiply in the earth and they're fruitful. Those are the fathers I'm trying to ask you about. Don't. I mean.
Yeah, but Steve,
don't father them. Don't for father them. You don't want people content. Don't for father them.
That you want to push me into all that kind of thing, and then I mean I always push it, but today you want to push me. No, don't forget that thing. So now, when you talk about people or maybe fathers that have been fruitful, and I agree, there are fathers who are fruitful and bringing children on this earth. But still, if you bring the child on this earth as you claim to be a father, because it's not just because you have sex and you have child and the child come on this earth, then no. So if you are not able to take care of that child, then you are not a good father. So to that, I think that's just a simple maybe answer to that question.
So in other words, you're trying to disrespect the father then.
Yeah, some of your words, the baby power, every time the women they running behind you, every time for support here and there.
The problem for you're too political, that the issue there. You all are so funny to them. Why you really? I thought we were working with father there.
No.
But I give on you today.
Yeah, we're not working with no father. Look, we will not sit here and allow any kind of the reckless fathers to come and overshadow we who suffering to make sure that.
Be careful before you be hearing content. Be careful.
No, some of you, you're just baby partner.
Be careful before you be called into committee room to explain yourself. You're making in public. Be very, very careful. Look, the men are watching you. Yeah. The men are watching you and they're listening. Be very, very careful. You know, they father Benet here, that's still an issue. That's still an issue. But you know what's interesting, Melbourne? Do you know that in the world, especially in America, in the Western world, do you know that Father Day is ranked, I think, number 20th or 21st on the listing of fathers?
Why?
Yes, you get Halloween then, you get all kind of funny day, then they celebrate. Mother Day comes second. Can you imagine?
And I
When
just told you that.
let's bring mom.
That's a society. That's a society. That's a society. Look at this.
Look, mom, what's up, my man? What's going on? Because we fathers, we don't get recognized, you know, and I don't understand. Mom, what say you, my man? What's going on?
Well, I don't need recognition to be a great father. I don't think when you certain things in life you don't play by societal rules and expectations. When you even watch the TV, when you watch the infomercials, the Mother Day carry more of the coverage as compared to the Father Day. That's just how society operate,
Exactly
and,
so.
and that's it. So I know, for me, I'm a social conservative. I believe in a traditional family value. I believe in religious value. I can compromise on anything, but there are certain things I don't compromise on, so I prioritize them. So I don't think I need a government or society telling me how to run my home. I believe in the individualism. I believe there is time that we can play collective role in society, but I believe in my own God-given individual responsibility as a human being. So I promised myself on the day I've been knowing myself that if I will bring a child into this world, it's my full responsibility to play my role until I'm no longer in a position to do that. I will go the extra length for every single kid that I will bring on this planet. I believe is my personal responsibility. Whether the society believe in that, whether you put it on the TV infomercial to commercialize it, because you know the Mother Day and Father Day thing is all about making money here. Our system
Yeah.
here is all about money as well. So I'm not going to follow that. I know that there is a God-given rule, that there are certain rules and responsibility were given to by God that the men supposed to play in society. So I don't go by the regular standard. I come outside of the regular standard. I know my own responsibility. And Milton said it right. There are some reckless parents out there. They go both ways. It could be male and it could be a female. They got a bunch of men that play the role of both male and female because the mothers are bound on them. And there's the same way there are women out there without father in the home, but they will play both roles. They will go the extra length and do whatsoever it takes to make sure their children become better people in society. They could care less about how other people see it or how you want to view it from a societal standpoint, from a political standpoint. They know their God-given individual responsibility as a male or as a female. And those are the people I give all the props to on Mother Days and Father Day. I could care less about how you could gown someone in your church or you want to recognize certain people because they put more offering in the basket. There are mothers and fathers or the regular everyday people that would do anything that will go beyond the call of duty to make sure that children become better people in society. That I know for sure.
Speaking self of mother, speaking self of honoring the fathers, as we speak right now, if you check almost all of those churches, that where you get all the money looters, money launderers, they are all honored today as fathers. Those politicians, some of them, um, I just hope and pray today no church honor telling the Darius Day long, Amarakone, and all the senators and I told the money, no church honor you as father. And I also hope the deacon will not be honored as father because we are working on taking the deaconship from him. So we need to bring senator back into the church.
Yep.
We need to restore some sanity and some sense in the church. But anyway, you're 100% right, Monk. This is a good day. There's some of us who don't put the whole father thing on our face every day. Some people that you can know that if the president and our father said when they're trying to show off and do too much.
I know, right?
Yeah, because when you do your father duty, it's a norm for you.
It's a bounding issue. You could care less.
Yeah, that's not something that you got to show to the public.
No,
or show
you
off.
don't have to.
No, you don't. You don't have to point your picture when you go to care. That is a question I can always ask. If you got to show everything on Facebook or to the social media or wherever you want to post it, then the question when you go in to brush your teeth and take shower, why you can't carry the camera there? And you want everyone to know all your activities. When you wake up in the morning, you ready to brush your teeth, turn the camera on, say, I'm brushing my teeth. You go in the shower, you take off your clothes, show your nakedness and show yourself and say, yes, this is how my body looking. And y'all won't be body, what they going? And y'all won't be, they got other thing they can call, no, what the thing they can call? Snatch, snap. They can do that in funny way. How you go and sit on someone like waist, you may say a little spot up, you pass it around and say you snatch. You're not ready yet. You're not serious.
Let me tell you this, Steve. The executive vice president for Facebook, they were interviewing him on the network. They asked him, they say, what is the essence of social media? The first response that he doesn't allow his children to use social media. And they asked him why. He said because of the idea behind social media and what social media is there to achieve. It's all about marketing. It's all about exposure to certain content. So can you imagine the executive vice president of Facebook telling you that he doesn't allow his own children to use social media because there is something bigger behind it as compared to what you see. The one thing people struggle with, they cannot separate their personal life from the social media life. And that's a bigger issue, whether it's about relationship, whether it's about your daily engagement, whether it's about economic issue. You got to draw a line. In as much as you can use social media, there is a limit to social media. And if you don't know those limits, it will be a big problem for you moving forward. Even the things that you do, from your dressing to your like one of my big brother, I won't call his name. He been in the politics for a while too on social media. That guy, I hold him to a high esteem. Very respectable guy, but that guy insulted a female on social media, and I never thought that someone of a caliber would go that far. And guess what? People screenshot those things. It will live in infamy. It will live for years because he couldn't control his temperament on social media. Like, bro, if you say something to someone verbally, it's easy for people to forget about it, right? Much easier. But when you make a comment and you insult honor a female on social media, an older man, a man who's supposed to be educated, brother, it will live with you forever. So you got to watch your social media or footprint. Got to watch your digital footprint. I mean, I'll tell him.
Yeah, so Monk, and sometimes we'll say these things. Sometimes people get very off, but the truth of the matter is, before we get straight into the politics for the day, maybe I'll tell what's going on in the country. Monk, sometimes these things are very interesting. These things are intriguing. The things I see people do on social media in the name of having fun. Just imagine you as a woman, especially you pass the age 30 or you in your 30s and you misbehaving on Facebook. And you on Facebook having tete contests and ball contests and showing your private part in the name of having fun. No, Monk, in the name of having fun. The one I can they play one minute I get concerned on some people. I think something not right. They either deceiving themselves or they're hugely confused. How you pass around, you just naked yourself, but then you wearing clothes the next day. You serious? You might as well be naked. You might as well just be naked. Who told you that image go away when people see your private part or when people see, when we say some of these things, people get vexed. But this is very, very important. Or you say you're having good time. The new one again. Now, when they say that the birthday and then that trouble will take. The birthday baby I got to make it happen. When they say they're going on trip, that trouble got to take. You got to go to the beach and take off almost all your clothes. What kind of decency? And sometimes I see people who even are married doing no thing. When you tell them, they say this or that. But let me say this to you. Those things are kept in archive. And cheap things are not good, just so you know. And good things are not cheap. When you pass it around, naked yourself, and doing tete contests on Facebook, you think you do. In fact, you degrading yourself, making yourself do cheap. You are attracting a bunch of popcorn boys. And those fathers who were kind of them baby. Oh, that made baby now. That making baby nobody can make baby.
So to that, Steve, I want to also
our buildings because you bring it out today, will hold it will not be easy. Yeah.
Yes. So to that, Steve, you just stretch a very good point. So I want to also look at the book of maybe Job chapter 2.
I didn't knew you were coming with that one.
Yes. So
the man going to scripture.
Yes. So let's look at chapter 2, verse 9, or maybe we're going to take from 1 all the way to 9 and see some of the things that happened between God, Satan, and that of Job. Then we'll come down to chapter 9 where Job was referring to his wife. Then I will know exactly where we are as a man.
They may go to two different chapters. They may want open.
Yeah, Mama, we not wait because the problem. Just summarize your point there. So, Job chapter 2, what thing happened in there?
Definitely go to chapter 9.
Yeah, because when you go to Job chapter 19 and then you're talking about Job's wife and how she was not supportive. And
Thank you.
Level there.
Yes, exactly. There where I was coming.
How she will not help me. In fact, that Job one did that though. That Job one did that. David's wife did that too. The woman who Saul gave to David. The daughter of Saul. Remember when David came back and was dancing and praising God? Let me tell you something. Today that father did that too. They say, "Oh, my talk about men." Okay, we'll leave women there alone today. They say, "Oh, my talk about men." Let me say this. But I hear the women that say, "Can they try funny men so that they still get part there?" They are funny men among or two. Let us be honest. There are a bunch of irresponsible men among us. Let us just be honest. There are a bunch of irresponsible men amongst us. And the way you know that a man is irresponsible, he pay more attention to his look than even a mental status or his own status. You get somebody passing and wearing matching shoe, matching shirt, and call a hair fine and smell good, and you say that way, you say doing for that. Where you going? What play your head there? No vision. The man is visionless. He ain't got nothing going on. All you want to do that to have fun time. All you want to do that to get joined, get chat, and tell you to party and be passing around with you is on a trophy. You sit down there. You allow a man sit down, pay money for you to go do breast implant. You're not serious. You're mad. You are mad. That man not in love with you. That man not like you. Because you know what? In fact, you know what the man doing? The man is expediting. In other words, he's making it fast for you to die. Oh, you not believe it? If any man love you for true, that man will challenge you, say, I let it. Why you? Who told you? Say, let me tell you this today. The play, you know the difference between good men say. Let me get your code today. You're the women because you follow the way today. The play one of the places you know a difference between a good man is that man his ability to accept your body as it is. I'm talking about that fake thing where I go, his ability to accept it, but when you think we know that when you have children or when you reach a certain age, your body not will be the same? You think we know that? You think we not know that? Grown men will accept that with pride and dignity. And we cherish that body. Whenever we can be behind you, oh, you got to do the one, you got to do the other lift, and you got to do the other lift. Our boys, they not see what. But anyway, yeah. Anyway.
But Steve, you know, sometimes when you're going deep into the stuff, like you say it one way, I think it go both ways. They think it's not only a biological thing or neurological issue, it's also a psychological issue.
Right.
Men traditionally are visual creature, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go after things that they see. And psychologically, women love attention. They love validation, right? Okay. If you got a bunch of irresponsible men that will be going into women inboxes just because she dressed in a certain type of way, then the women will know that there are a bunch of men or huge market out there too that they can advertise to. So in as much that there are some female that will expose their body just to get that, or how they call it, because for them, it seems like attention is more important than intention. So
yes.
We live in a society now where when you follow the normal playbook, you're supposed to be abnormal. And in order to fit the mold, you got to play with a new standard that has been set. So you think if guys, weaker guys, I will call them, that when they go after the visual, some get Nigerian, she get Nyansh and she get boost, that will advertise or serve on Facebook. And the next thing you know, within 24 hours, she got more than 15 to 20 engagement in her inbox. Right. You think if guys were more disciplined to know how to carry themselves, you think there will be women out there to advertise themselves free of charge on Facebook?
Most definitely not. But so this balances at the point. I agree with you. This balances at the point that, you know, like attract like.
Like that's a rule of magnetism.
Yeah. And so when you are over there and you become flabbergasted because somebody come, in fact, how can somebody praise you for something that is fake and you take that praise and run it? That means your whole relationship fake. You know that? Let me put it that way. Let me make it simple. You get fake this, fake that. And that person is praising the fake this and fake that. When the day that person decide to fake you, don't get vexed. Oh, because you're on food the minister level now. You fool the men fool you too. The day you're ready to fool you, don't get vexed. Don't take it personal. Yeah, I see someone on Facebook. Oh, Labrador men are useless. Labrador men are this. Labrador men are that. You're not serious, man, and woman, when you say that. The first thing that comes to mind is you are insulting your father. You're a disrespectful woman. When you say Labrador men are useless, that means your pa, you're causing your pa is a Labrador man. You know that? That means your son that you got with you, your child that you born, that not even reach the age yet or reach the age to be your man. You're insulting that child or that man in your life. You're not ready yet. You're not serious. You welcome a bunch of popcorn boys in your life and you want to blame everybody for your choices and your decision. Your thing was stupid, eh?
And you know the point that you just struck is why I'm vehemently against the women movement in this country, because I think they are destroying more women. They contradict themselves, right? Melbourne, You know, every woman's dream is to have a home, right? A good husband and bring up their family, right? Women are nurturers, okay. You know that that's what women want. Women want to be married. They feel that it comes with certain pride and certain respect in society when you are married. Even though it's not mandatory that you get married if you cannot find the right partner, but that would be every woman's dream to get married, right? Then you got the same people telling them that you and the men, you are totally equal, that you can challenge a man in every way, shape, or form. When in fact, the whole essence of a wedding, let me tell you something about wedding. When you go to a wedding, there is a reason why the father hold the daughter's hand and turn over to another man. Because from the natural standpoint, a woman is looking for someone she can look up to. She's looking for another father. So if you are looking for another father, and I listen and tell the woman said, no, you and your father are supposed to be equal. Isn't that a contradiction? So I like, you know
what? Monk, even from biblical days, let me say this. Even from biblical days, traditional days, the biggest goal is to destroy men. That's it.
It always been the case.
The biggest goal is to eradicate men. So they try different methods. I'll give you a typical example. It even happened to Jesus, that Jesus said got to read how to give it. Jesus said got to run away. Oh, you ain't believe it? Jesus said run away and become refugee. You're reading your Bible, eh? Oh, and you're laughing, but that's true. Jesus ran away. And Jesus and his parents and not give it, I think we're going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that the truth. Before that, Moses in Egypt, Moses, one of the reasons Moses was placed on the water for his sister to wash him was because the king that came after Joseph died, the Bible in Egypt, the Bible said that king didn't know about Joseph. He knew not Joseph. So he ordered the midwives at the time.
Yeah.
That when the Hebrew women gave birth, they should throw all the milk children.
All the milk children.
All the milk children at the time, they should kill them.
Yeah.
So what happened during that time? The Hebrew women would give birth before even the midwife came there. So the Hebrew women went back. There were two of them that went back. They didn't say the Hebrew women. The Egyptian women went back to the king and said, we are not able to kill these male children. The reason for that is, before we get there, they have already given birth. They don't need us to be there. Fast forward, it even happened to Jesus. The men were looking for Jesus to legging. What are you talking? Yes. So guess what? And now the angel had to intervene and say, tell the child, run away or give it. Because when the men handle Jesus on back, they were men handle him. So Jesus said, give it. So the history have been there. Fast forward in most recent times in our country and in our world and in our times, you know what has happened? Let me say this to all of you. And some of you can get verbal. Let me say this. This is what I've always said. Homosexuality and lesbianism. Lawrence, what's up, my man? Welcome to the show. Homosexuality and lesbianism, they are choices. They are personal decisions. Nobody was born homosexual. There is no proof. If you want to tell me somebody was born homosexual, then show me two homosexual people that got met and had a child.
Yeah.
Show me it. The day you show me, I will support that. You follow something that got no long-term benefit. Let me tell you the whole homosexual thing. When I see some of your women bouncing around, calling that other funny girl that can be on Facebook, father, you'll be talking foolishness. I know you're serious in your head and in your lives. Because the issue of homosexuality in America during the slavery time, you know what they used to do to the black men? That's why you see most African-American women got so much anger
for men.
So much disdain.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what they used to do to black men. They would line the black men up, those white boys or those white men. They would line them up on the plantation and rape them in front of the children.
Yep.
And the wives and the father and the mothers. Can you imagine the kind of dishonor they did?
Yep.
Can you imagine? Just think about it for a minute. Process that in your head for a minute. For you to sit there, your son, when you born, another man sleep with your son in front of you, or your father, and your wife sees it. This is troubling. This is despicable, and the things they have done. So in this country also, they have instituted a way wherein they get rid of the father figure in your life. That's why when I see the other time I was talking to one of my sisters who, I'll put you on child support. I will show him. I will tell him I'll put you on child support. So I said, okay, let me ask you the question. When you put him on child support, how does that substitute the role that he's supposed to play? Let's say you're getting $500 every month. for the child.
Yeah.
The $500 you go and make yourself to look funny again anyway to go get another child anyway, because you're not using it for any good purpose. Just so that you, and just so you know, most of you that put on child support, you're not even use the money or save it for the children. You're passing around, funny hair and funny nails, then put funny makeup on your face. You look disguised and look discombobulated. You got in public, you sweating with funny makeup on your face. You looking funny, and you're looking for a man. You don't have another child, so you can put out a man on child support.
That's a business model.
Oh, you don't understand? And you know what? They stick behind you though.
Yeah,
they still will chase that man around. And the anger will be in that man to the point that can you imagine somebody making 1,000, they can pay the whole rate. You say you won't punish the man because you ain't not enough together.
Yeah.
So you put on child support. Then when you put on child support, then he got to be working more hours now because he got to make all his rent or whatever it is. I'm not saying I'm here to accommodate immature and irresponsible fathers. I'm saying even if you are going to child support, let your priority be something that you seek that man must be in your child's life. It is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I'll say it to you today. The role of men that one year they want to part, the hypocrite and like a bunch of toilet in their homes talking about you know me and I need men and I don't want men and men and like then you hypocrite. Why you get toy in your house? You not want men? Why you get toy in your house? Why you get funny machine that like me making noise? Your neighbor then come be complaining about you. Why? You got some funny thing that you be making it all day. What's going on? But you say you don't want men in your life. What was in your tongue? Then the interesting part about it.
This guy. I mean, look, I think we got to stop it for the delay.
Yeah, bro.
Go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Sometimes you don't want to go.
No, that's a go ahead, Steve. Actually, go ahead. Just for me.
Because the hypocrite.
I'm seeing the reaction from the audience. I think they like the way the show going for the follow there. So keep going.
Yeah,
yes, indeed.
No,
indeed.
Sometimes you driving into a community and say you get funny inside and we say, but wait, what's going on? And what Bible sign up that the problem there?
Good. That's a name for it. That's a name for it. You know, sometimes in some people's rooms, the sun can be coming from the barbershop or you know,
yeah, like that
barbershop around the end. Yes.
Yeah, more. You don't get barbershop in your home. Only on the funny level there.
No.
More you want to say?
With triple A battery, right?
And that's the thing now. These are people that will come out. No, Steve John knew everything. You know,
let's see hypocrite come up with a mini ball shot in the home.
Why are you suffering yourself?
You can watch out butcher in your house. Or you have mini ball shot in your home. Who's trying to compete? What's up with that? But you know, many of the things that we're saying, people get vexed with us. But this behavior must stop. Some of you push the father of your children so much that some of these people then got to lead the child's life. And then now you become and you put a tattoo on yourself that you independent woman, and you independent woman, and you independent woman. No, you're not independent. You're not independent. You are not independent. You're a hypocrite who honor your own interest in yourself. Who told you that all relationships will end in marriage? Who told you that everybody that you made child with is all marry that person? Who told you that? If it doesn't work out, at least the least you can do, even if you were to go to counseling or therapy, the first thing we tell you is redefine your relationship. That means you guys are no longer in a romantic relationship. You got to co-parent. And in that co-parenting, you got to respect each other and you'll be able to have. Look, let me tell you today, the greatest disservice you can do to any child is to take away that child father from their life. It's a serious you are making. It's a serious. I don't care how much you can be angry. I said don't go to the court to get your child support. But when you are demanding child support, please demand their first agenda. Please demand that person have time with the child or the children. Let it be part of it.
You can pay for that.
And you make these children grow up on TV, grow up in other places where they don't spend time with their fathers. And then if they don't spend time with their father, you get some kind of men that come in the house. Some of them violate your children. And you are there. I see some of our Liberian sisters there, our Liberian mother, them protecting men who violate their children, violate them. Men so stay in front of you, in front of your child, and curse you or be you. Instead, you know, I'm a man, and I want the police to carry him that you're a man. Look, I will call the police, will close your barber shop in your house down. We'll close that stupid barber shop you get in your house down. We'll turn around. We'll make sure they arrest you and they take the children from you. When you move on, the next time you put yourself together.
And some of them, the inventory that they get in that barber shop, Walmart ain't even come close. They get all kind of table. They get all. But yesterday you made a breaking news, Steve.
Yeah.
You made a breaking news yesterday. It was a story in the front page Africa that our men in Liberia, the men say because the economic situation, they need a stimulus.
Yeah, so no cream. I think they said no cream.
They can afford KYG, or lubricant. So
yes, the lubricant.
Coming up with a protest against the sitting government that they need funds because the international agency or the NGO that is to provide them with the lubricant, they are no longer providing it, and they need lubricant. That's why they're trying to say they need oil to grease their motor parts. And
can you imagine?
If the rescue government cannot come to the rescue, maybe they might be the first to leave a protest before we get.
Yeah, but more on the other hand too, let me tell you something. I'm a man. Me, I don't torso and torso. I speak about that. I speak against that vehemently. You know, self-discipline and control is very important. I'm not saying be perfect. I'm saying self-discipline and control. It's more like you telling me, say you are a homosexual man. How does a man sit down in your brain and touch himself? Who does that? You're homosexual. You know that? Oh, yes. Think about it. I don't support that foolishness. That's a waste of time. No, that's a waste of valuable resources that you could be getting somebody's daughter pregnant. Why are you wasting your time? The government might not get a friend. We don't care about that foolishness. That's a personal choice. So they be passing around with KY, joy, all kind of funny thing and make yourself a little funny in the town. You who? If you think that you can control yourself and you want make yourself to be homosexual man, that's fine. That's your choice. How can I be binding on the government? Is that you telling me say women say they're not getting enough men in the country, they won't go protest. Now, if you're not getting enough men in the country, you won't go protest. Maybe I can side with the women and say instead of you're protesting, you'll take 2-3 men at the same time. Hey, I can work with you in the other department, but they say you won't go protest in the government. How the government will do the import men, and you're passing around. Some of you are supporting men who's supposed to be your husband and calling them girl, and you're making a funny picking and pass around the time. No picking what's supposed to be with y'all or be with your friend to make life fun. You're not ready yet. All I can say is, and I support that other stupid thing that men can be touching themselves. It's irresponsible, it's reckless, it's the practice of homosexuality. You're a bunch of homosexuals in the country that passing around be making noise in poor year. Who's supposed to listen to our foolishness? If Joseph Balanced provide funding or allocate funding for that thing, then he is something wrong with him. We got to really look into the situation too.
But let me oppose you on the whole issue of the child support, bro. The child support thing, I'm against it, but it's more of a cultural issue too. And when you travel halfway across the globe, you see things from a different perspective. In Liberia, traditionally, they got a bunch of men that would just have kids with women here and there, and they just abandon those kids. Sure. So when people migrated to this country, they believe or they feel from the society that they came from that you can do the same thing in America. They got a bunch of useless men that will have kids thinking that this is Liberia or Africa where you can just go around, have random sex, have multiple children. Like, you look at a man, you got 3-4 kids by a female, right? And all of a sudden, you just leave them. And you think that it's a woman's responsibility to take care of those kids. In America, you know, I mean, I'm not saying they're 100% perfect, but they provide some level of balance. In as much that they got responsible father, and the woman will want to prioritize the idea that her children should have the father in the life because you cannot replace the father. The thing is there are a bunch of irresponsible men that their minds are yet to migrate. Even though they live in America, they still have the mentality of the African man said that you can just sleep around and just leave the children and be a freestyler. You go everywhere. You got multiple kids all over the place, and which is very unfair. And unfortunately, America have a system in place to keep them in check here. So it go both ways too.
True. You're 100% right. What I'm saying in context is this. The point that you made, I've not disagreed with that. I agree with holding people accountable. When you make children, because I've always said personally that pregnancy is not an airborne disease. It takes two people. Woman don't look in this guy and get pregnant. It takes two people. Whether you're did it by mistake or whatever, they don't care what kind of atmosphere you're in. That's not our business, right? At the end of the day, once you have children or a child, it becomes your responsibility. I had an older man who told me the day you have a child in your life, Steve, if you used to buy 2 singles for yourself, know that you have to cut it down and buy one. You understand? That's something that somebody already told me about, you know. But what I'm saying in essence is when the women go to the child support office, let them advocate for themselves to make sure these guys are involved. Now, some guys will still not be involved because by nature they are irresponsible, and there is no way you can make them responsible.
Yeah, you cannot.
Or rather go the child support route. But I'm saying the women should be able to advocate for that, because sometimes they neglect that part of the whole child support issue because they are so pissed off, they're so overwhelmed, and they are so frustrated about what's going on that they don't even push that agenda. And you understand? They don't even know that exists. That part of the whole child support suddenly exists. But if you push the agenda of the money, then that's when you will get. So sometimes, and I hope and pray that we'll get to this point in this country, in the Western world, in other parts, wherein men will be held responsible to make sure they're part of the children. Like, if they're not, let them be incarcerated. Let them put it in jail. If you can see your child 3 times in a week, or your child can spend time with you 3 times in a week at most, or at least, they might lock you up. Oh, yes. What are you talking? Let them make it mandatory. Then we'll get some of the irresponsible boys, those popcorn boys, will put themselves together. Because let me tell you something. Children very expensive. Even that why sometimes when I see the men who woman, let me tell you something. The biggest gift a woman can ever give a man, a child. I will say it to you today, all the men. So those of you who are passing around very irresponsibly, I see somebody going on a funny show there, and my child, man, you can't cause your child, man. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You cause your children, man. You ain't discuss your children, man, or the person who gave birth to your children. You are not ready yet. Even if you want to leave or you will not separate, you won't go somewhere to another woman. You'll go have that conversation with another woman. The day that other woman won't mention your children, man, check her. Say, listen, my dear.
Yeah, you can't go that route. That's very long.
Don't cross that line.
Yeah.
Don't cross that line, because you don't want me to do that to you too. Why if we have children together? And I will say this to all my brothers that Father Day here. And to all our fathers who are older but still passing around and trying to have children, I'll say this to you. Stop discussing your children, man, or the woman that you have children by to another people or outside there. Stop. Maintain it. I don't care what they do, maintain that respect for them. That's the biggest thing you can ever do on earth. That can never be erased, because you don't make that choice. Nobody makes a choice. There is no man I can say, before I have my first child, I just choose to have child by that person. No, these things are done. That's something that we don't have choices in life. So when a woman gives you a child, the biggest gift on earth, and to the other women, let me say this to you. And now you can give up boy children, yeah? So you pass around with that fully mentality, you cut it off. We the one responsible to give boy children or get children. We gave you and you just receive. So you're just what go. You put yourself together in the department. You relax. Yeah, you're sitting down in your house.
That's a sign. Don't be fooled. That's a sign, right?
No, that's a fact. That is not the sign. That is the fact. That is the fact. And I know that's evidence by the fact. I know that's evidence by the, you know, why yeah, women and saying, you know, and the woman come and the other one. First of all, you are ignorant when you say that. You are very ignorant. No woman come. There is no such thing as woman come. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You reach orgasm. That's it. There is nothing such as come. Where you coming? Tell me. No, that's brother. Go ask your doctor then. Go to your medical doctor. Ask them. Where you coming? You don't understand yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't come here, you just read orgasm and you're excited. That's it. The highest peak of excitement. That's it.
Yeah, that's pleasure.
I get pleasure too. The people that come that we the men, we the one get sperm and cement.
Yeah.
And the cement can make you pregnant, and the sperm. The cement that it can make you pregnant. Just so you know that. So we the one can provide. You bring the egg and we provide. With all that cement, that egg that dead bare, that egg that nothing. It can do nothing. And these are facts. These are facts. So, you know, looking at all of that,
yeah, seriously. So to join Arab,
TV, man, that's what we do.
Yeah. So quickly to join Arab to everything that you guys been saying, you know, Bisana Monk to something very, very important, and I hope and pray that our women will take you in that, especially when it comes to turning over ceremony, especially during marriage, traditional wedding, or how you may call it. You know, when your father turn you over to another father, the same more respect you've been given to your father from the day you were born up to your age. You should be able to give that same respect to the father that your father turning you over to. So, mind you, today is Father Day. Lieutenant Monk and Steve and Dr. Lawrence men die before their time. Sometimes the reason is because of the pressure, because of the tension, and because of the too much of, I don't even know how to be described it, but because the tensions are just too much in so many homes, coming from some of our sisters, some of our wives, and so on. So for me, I'm just adding up to what you guys been saying
Yeah,
that
that's true.
yes,
The expectations
please,
of men are high.
the men have to live long.
So, yeah, why
The
people
men
Hold
cannot be
on.
yeah.
Before we close this and before you give us update, we'll start with Laura to give an update for entire. Let me say something to
You
you.
know,
Yeah, Laura,
Steve. Yeah, Steve. One of the, you see here at the Bomber Material Code, one of the cases that we really follow the on a daily basis is persistent non-support. Some of the guys will go around, love to the girls and born 5, 6 children by them. And they will leave the girls, then they will be living in the same environment they got another girlfriend. To feed their own children, they ain't able. At the end of the day, the girl will take them to the ministerial court for persistent non-support. And even the women themselves, when you go to the court, the first thing you will see other person say, I bring my son pa, I bring my daughter pa. The children found pleasure, Isa. They found pleasure, Isa. He carried through the court. At times,
Yeah,
someone
but
will just walk off from the relationship. Even though the male be trying his best for the environment we live, the community we live. Most of the cases we can follow, the man will be trying his best, but the moment some of the children see different men, they join there, especially when we have the Ghanaians
yeah,
mining on the Simple
but let
River.
me ask you the question. Let me ask you the question before we go any further. Let me just ask you the quick question.
Mhm.
The one where they can say that the party, how you can know that the party?
When we see the children to the court, the children too can be there, they can carry the children to the court.
But
That's a very, very wonderful question, Steve. That's a good
that is,
question.
let me tell you something. That is a stupid system. Let me use the word stupid again. You know, everything stuck in that stupid is a stupid system. Let me tell you why. So that means if woman accuses me, I won't say Melbourne because right now I'm going to say we're going to Father Day, right?
Yeah.
And she born a child light skin. That means automatically that my child or my children. Let me see. That's why go where they said they brought DNA machine a lot to your last time. So do you just wake up one day and just say, oh, the person, me and them were talking, and so because I know most of our sister there. Let me use the word most of our sister there. They're so brave they can talk to more than one man at the same time. They're not disciplined. That I know that for fact. Let me say this to you, all my brother and do that father. Let me just say it to you. Most of our sisters, our mother can talk to more than one man at a time. Let me tell you today. And they can sleep with more than one man at a time. Don't mind that thing what they can be doing. Don't mind other thing what they can be doing in the church. That's so scam. When you see them person, you think you're the only man that lie, you lie. You're not the only man. Go check the inbox there. The operating professional prostitute institution. Because when a woman sleep with more than one man, that's prostitution. You don't know that? I know they want to say, get fed, but I want to choose. I don't care. Who tells you I worry about that thing? It may you fed, don't sleep with more than one man at a time. Simple. Just change it. So don't even worry about that. So if you're telling me those sisters they're hustling, they get copper, they get a person who paying the phone bill, but then you the serious boyfriend in the community. Oh, so the copper lacking. He's hotel, and then they born the baby lower the copper, they lower the senator. Then I miss hotel.
So now they born the baby that Jato. They born the baby that Jato.
You're not ready yet. We will bring the senator. We will do DNA to establish those facts. We'll bring the senator to do DNA. We bring it because they got senator boyfriend now, they got representative boyfriend, they got minister boyfriend. Look, getting that step the king up. Let me tell you today, when you think you the serious boyfriend in the community, my brother, you lie. You don't want to get a church drum. Different person beating the church drum. I say it to you, you better cut the code today. So all that time you passing around in church today, wishing you Father Day, that child is your child. The senator child, the 15,000 the senator then told today, finish sending 2,000. She already like I want you. Did that story, man? That thing was stupid, yeah. By the way, let's get to the issue.
Quickly before we transition, 30 seconds. So to just add up to what my brother Lauren was saying, Steve, and this is very serious. Let me be frank. Even at the Ministry of Gender, this is a serious situation where every day, every night, every time we see, or if I we wasted so many cases, child support, and there's no good test to tell you that yes, this person is the original owner of this child. Sometimes you start to support from the one of the pregnancy up to the time that woman will give birth, and even up to even years, because no testing, no way to even differentiate as to whether that child for you or not. And that system is just terrible. But again,
I don't even understand that. Who come around that child supporting? As I be in Liberia, somebody tell me say I'm pregnant you. You so home as I pay. Come in the jail, we'll be in jail. Person again that 2 times already in jail. You can put me in jail 2 times. We'll be in jail. Because that's foolishness in the highest places. How do you pass around? You don't substantiate. No, let's say, okay, let's say you can look at the physical features and say, yeah, you know, the person light skin, you know, they might resemble the person. That thing in that back in the day is so old. That's why technology has increased and advanced. Science have increased. What we do is let's do DNA testing to us. Just ascertain some kind of fact or something around it.
Steve, just a second. Steve, just a second. I want to know whether better can take picture.
In a country, better can take picture. No, in a country, better can take picture. Look, let me tell you something. In a country, they can do they can start. I think they have advanced now to the point where when you see the most recent 3Ds picture of the baby and so forth, you know, you get to see all these different things. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the last thing I wanted to say, you know, on this whole thing that we're talking about today, happy Father Day to all the fathers. For those of you who are their father because they told you to quote, reject that Father Day Sunday because you don't know whether someone a senator, minister, or somebody big in the government chair or representative. You don't know, or someone a town chief or somebody. I tell you, right now, my brother, with the church call you Father Day, they hang that thing on you, and you show down your child there. You 100%, or you get some kind of small downstairs, go back and tell that Father Day, crown back to the church and tell them something you can get that thing straightened up. You're not Father. You're not Father. You're not Father. Let me tell you right now. You're not Father. You're passing around with tattoo. You're not Father, my brother. So some of you the married men, let me tell you too. You're not Father. You're not Father. You're not Captain Story. You're not Father. You're 3. You're 3. You're 3 or you're 4. Let me tell you, me, I respect the women in this time. Most of them are step out of the game. You think you're smart, they smart more than you. Oh, yes. And they're doing it here too in the United States. In fact, they're even back in the United States. They're even worse. Because this time they don't want to be sending all kind of funny picture there. And when a picture I say,
so like
you're not ready yet.
Yes.
Let me say this. Let me say this to all the women, to my sister then. Anything you snap, you take picture of this, you put it in your phone and you send it to somebody else, you not get no control over it again. If somebody want to see you with all clothes on in your birthday suit, let that person can see you. If they get photographic memory in their head that they will keep it there, that's fine. That's not your business. But when you go as a grown woman, go stand on and take your picture or make video yourself and send it to somebody, I'm not sorry for you. I am not sorry for you. You are addicted to pornography and you are not a serious-minded woman. Nobody should take you seriously. Let me say it again, I'm not sorry for you. You are not serious. No grown woman supposed to take. You see, sometimes I say, oh, I go in the bathroom, I just take a picture of myself. Your own body. When you can get vague, just go to the bathroom and see anything you want to see. You saw take a picture of it? For what? Think about this thing. The player I want to show right now. My own private part, if I want to see it right now, I just click, I call it thing, I go in the bathroom, I will see everything, right? Why do I need to take a picture of my private? They thought that you take a picture, you put it in your phone of your private part. It means you are ready to expose yourself to the world. And you are a fool. Whether you woman or you man. And your picture come outside or your naked video come outside. And sweet for you. Nobody might not be sorry for you. It's sweet for you. And when it comes outside to the world, no man will take you seriously because no man want a business outside there. So you want to talk, they will bring your picture on the internet. So you know what? When you know what I know as a grown woman, as a grown, first of all, I said grown men don't ask women for naked picture. Like children do that. No any man who tell you say you must send a naked picture or naked video, that man is disrespectful to a man. He's not a respectful man. He doesn't care about you. He's not respectful to you. Let me tell you today. Any man who even tell you say you must do video call where they want to take on your clothes, that person is disrespectful. They are setting you up. Let me tell you today. And you pass around, you say you in love. Even if your husband said tell you say something wrong with him. Even in out of town, tell you say when you come from out of town, I'll be here, I'm not going nowhere. Don't ever try that. Don't ever in your life do it. Any man I tell you to do that, I may not get respect for you. I'm saying it to the women. So you're here today. Any man I tell you, I say again, even if that your husband, one day when you call, you say, you know, I miss you. And my friend, if you miss me for two, Dog then can move from all the way Rayleigh to go Douala to go look for a woman. Like you human being can move. What wrong with you? Get on the plane, can't see me. Get in car, can't see me. If you see her for true. What are you talking? No man should tell you say you must send naked picture to them or naked video. You do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. My sisters, my mother, don't do it. Y'all will not get it. Don't say on SGTV. If we catch your naked picture on Facebook again, because you're not getting respect for yourself, some of you. If we catch it there, then we know say something wrong with you. So you put yourself together. Any man I tell you again, any man I ask you for a naked picture, tell he is disrespectful, he does not respect his parents, especially the females in your family. Any man I ask you for a naked video, tell he does not respect himself, he does not respect his parents, especially the females in his family. And you need to start doing that. You need to start doing that. Because we're tired saying your funny face there on Facebook. You funny in the face. And you go take pictures. What's wrong with you? You're not ready yet. You are not ready. But maybe we'll let digress to the politics. Today, the father, we got to make sure we put it. You know, we the father got to power for us out there because there are many irresponsible fathers. Many are irresponsible.
Yeah. Actually, and thank you so so quickly. So to the end stuff that you've been talking about for me, like I was telling someone a few times here for me, I trust most of our sisters from us, especially from Stephen's side, because when they tell you that they chat for you, they chat for you. Go up, you cannot, because they know the reason.
Baby, that's not true, bro. That's not true. In fact, I was offended. You get a problem with guy here. Did I say, man? You talking your sister and saying, yeah, you trust the wrong group of people. You ready yet? You trust them what? You better put yourself together, brother. I beg you, yeah.
All right, so indeed, I move on. The time check is 1 minute past 7, right here.
Yeah, so let's start with Lawrence. Lawrence.
Yeah.
Next week, Sunday, by the grace of God, we'll talk about faith. You know, in Hebrew 11, the church people, all used to teach them back in the days. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and everything that's seen. Let me tell you today, that thing what we used to teach back in the day, that lie, I'll prove it to you next week. I'll prove it to you in Hebrew 11. Go read Hebrew 11. But before you read Hebrew 11 to prove to you that I lie, you must go read Hebrew 10. Then it will make sense to you. But anyway, let's hear from you. Next week we'll talk Bible talk. You're not ready in our country. Next week we'll bring the pastor there again. You must bring your ready your
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. Thank you for the Father Day. At least we enjoyed the show. Yeah, you ready the Father of the Year. I mean the Father of the
Hey, mommy, I want to be part of many nations. I want to be Abraham.
Oh, okay.
Steve,
thank you very much.
Steve,
You know, we
Steve, one of our sister, G. Gwen Jones Smith, she said something happened in Minnesota. I don't know
one of our brother, you know, the bonfire children by his wife, and none of the children for him. But I told you now. I told you no, the guy bonfire. My man, I said none of them for the wife, for the husband. I'm telling you it. Look, let me tell you something to the newborn. Any woman that I don't care who you are, the day you tell me say you're pregnant for me, and I get a problem. Pregnancy is not an airborne disease. The day you open your mouth, you say you're pregnant for me, and I get a problem. The day you born a child will do DNA. You who? You watching? What a Bible has okay? We will go do DNA, my friend. What you watching? We will do DNA. You expose yourself now, and we'll do the DNA. Say that my child, I'll take it. We're good. And I'm going to argue with you. I'm not passing around to argue, but good thing is we have that in the country. You will do DNA. In fact, I don't even bring it to you to do the DNA. I will do DNA myself. Oh, you know that? I will do the DNA myself. Yeah, then I will finish doing the DNA, then I'll bring result to you. Especially when the result does not matter. By the time you will know funny fake and catch you. I will bring the DNA result and call community people so funny fake and catch you. I will show that you cheater. A big here I can say men can cheat. I will show that you certified cheater. I'm start bringing social theory here, but let's get politics for a baby back. Yeah, and my man Laura baby back. Let's give up there about how the country what's going on. Before we get they make one man that social business, they may give me hard time. But don't make me talk about. They don't get me in trouble.
Thank you, Steve. You know, Steve, today is weekend, especially Sunday, and not much activity here. Probably maybe tomorrow because we trying to follow a case with China Yuan and a family people. We've been informed that China Yuan locomotive killed somebody on the train track So tomorrow we will be following that information to the fullest. So we try playing call to the PRO of China Union, but up to now he has not talked to us yet. So tomorrow we hope to bring news story on the show.
Thank you so much. So how the bag of rap been in the press going up since the last time, because we'll be asking for bag of rap and small things.
Yeah, you know, most of the shops are closed today. You know, today is Abraham Day. Our Muslim brothers and sisters are celebrating, so most of the shops are closed, and the Christian people, some of them going for club meeting all over. So tomorrow will be heavily loaded.
Okay, so most of the shops are closed. I said on the show, I said to my Muslim brothers and sisters, again, happy Abraham Day to them as they celebrate it today. Later on, I know Sekou will be running late on the show because he's been doing some preparation in the community here. Later on, I will be there. I will be eating meat, drinking hatay, and hanging out with my brothers and sisters. Look, we'll celebrate Abraham Day. We the one can celebrate. We the one can celebrate with our Muslim brothers and sisters. Yes, I will be there live. In fact, if you're trying, I will wear my gun. I get a gun and I say, give me. I will wear it. I don't even worry about it when I wear something. Those fake Christians and Armenians will be worried. I will be there live. And I will eat and merry make. I will merry make with them today. We celebrate right after here. Well, no more. And I've told my Muslim brothers and sisters the way they can gain holiday in that country is to stop asking lawmaker then close the shops and the stores for 3 to 7 or 5 business days. President Baka will sign in order quick. Impact the economy. You'll be saying that they're wasting your time with a crop then. Any other time you want to get Muslim holiday, some crop then go tie the neck and stand and say, it will bring war. It will bring war. It will bring war. Bring war? I said it open. My strategy is this, my recommendation. All the Muslim brothers and sisters, y'all pack all the car and no transportation, no shop open, nothing open for that. You're doing 1 week in row. If you're not get result, you're picking up the next week again. The child will say, man, I can sleep. You just organize yourself. You transport your people there to the place where transport the Muslim people there to the mosque on that Friday. Go back and take them. You're not doing no public transportation. You're not, even if a Muslim person is selling gas, you're not selling. For soon you do it. The government will put itself together, but you're selling, you're getting a problem, you're wasting your time. Talking about you're waiting for them to give you a Muslim holiday. They'll give you a Muslim holiday. You'll wait. You'll be waiting. They'll crop them. They'll not give you a Muslim holiday. When you do the thing what I say here today, in 1 week time or 2 weeks, if they not sign that bill, then anything I said before on the show, I've been lying to you. Don't sign it. Y'all get out of there. In fact, the day that y'all see that, the day again. We'll be saying that wasting your time. Anyway, let's go there. Maybe I'll hear from you.
So again, thank you. And let me say to our followers and our viewers, indeed you are in tune to the SKTV show right on Truth FM. So yesterday is Sunday, having to be the 10th Sunday in the 6th month. Today is the 16th of June. The year remains the same, 2024. And today there are a lot of things happening today, especially when it comes to the Father's Day celebration and the Abraham Day. So today we witness, or in fact we observe on this Sunday that there are a lot of worshippers, especially those who are Christians today. We're seeing in various churches places of worship to go and worship their Almighty Creator. And on this Father Day, there are a lot of celebration in churches, in so many churches across Liberia. And also today again is Abraham Day, and we are also seeing our Muslims brothers and sisters who are also celebrating this day, including non-Muslims, also joining them also to celebrate this Abraham Day. Mind you, if you go back to the Old Testament, you will know that Abraham also part of both because that's the same. I mean, the Old Testament, Abraham is there, so Christians are there and the Muslims are there. So to tell you that we are all one, so there are a lot of celebration, cow meat and the
and that's why I go into celebrate with my brothers and sisters, because if I were full father like Abraham, and Abraham went and cheated on Sarah and get Ishmael, what they are very Muslim people? What they are so be very there?
So yeah, so the chairman of the Liberty Party, representative of district number 7, Nima County, Honorable Musa Hassan Benedict, today having a huge celebration of Abraham Day with a lot of cow, in fact, killing of cow, and other people are also taking their own part of the cow meat there in Encyclopedia in Nima County. So Sacred period right now, as we speak, is a place to be where people are celebrating the Abraham Day. And again, throughout the week, there are a lot of things that have been happening throughout the week with politics, especially when it comes to the senators retreat in Buchanan Grand Bassa County that come up on a huge public criticism where they were alleged that they took close to 450,000 for the retreat, and they are also saying no, it's not true. So again, with the news coming from the rescue camp that one of the strong supporter of the rescue government, in presence of Martin Ken Cody, has finally resigned from the rescue. So these are news that are trending in Liberia, and people are giving their own mixed reaction. He said that in fact he's finally going back to civil society to where he used to be before. He no longer with the rescue team, but he had no regret for supporting President Joseph Boakai during the election time. So yes, Steve, and our follow-up, Mark, these are some of the happening here in Liberia.
Thank you so much. Yes, there are a lot of things going on. Listen, what did that Martin call you? Oh, I forgot to send this. Chairman, somebody else supposed to be joining us here. I forgot. I'm sending it to you if you're watching. Oh, I forgot totally. I forgot, folks. Melbourne, I forgot to do something.
Yeah, you went too high on the social issue and the women.
Yeah. So you want to go for a break? Why?
No. We're not going for a break, my brother. We're right here.
No, I say you now. Why President Monk? Maybe President Monk can be chipping in with some of the
other news. In other news, I hear you bouncing around talking about Martin Colley or whatever it is. Let me tell you something. Martin Colley won't be on a rescue train. A business. He not won't be there. That a business. Who cares? Oh, Martin Colley now he will now. I see someone else passing around cursing him. Martin Colley now he will now. It's sweet for Martin Colley. It is sweet for Martin Colley. In America, we say, when you lay down with dogs, you can come out with fleas. What do you mean? In other words, Martin Colley knew what he was getting in. It's sweet for him. Nobody should pay him. He not no hero, he not no rescuer, he not no nothing. He part of the corrupt people. He is. I'm saying it again. He is part of the corrupt people. He got no moral standing, no moral ground. But in Liberia, we switch from one group of criminals to another group of criminals. I see people healing him. Who's over heal Martin Colley? Martin Colley is over somebody that's over healed. He not so be healed. But you continue to heal him because of the kind of lifestyle you're used to, the kind of thing you're used to. Mediocrity. You get funny people there. They play one side, they kind of argue to say the hero there, and they kind of play the other side. And Martin Colley is somebody. You're not really here. It's sweet for Martin Colley. I don't care. Anything they want to, let them do it. What didn't concern me? Martin Colley, anything they want to themselves, let them do it. All of them, never make friendship based on common enemy or because you want to go after somebody. The day that common enemy is no longer that you're turning against each other. And this is exactly what happened to the Unity Party. And Martin Colley don't worry when they accuse other people then falsely. Or that Martin Colley his poor working a relationship, he's poor no relationship with anybody. His relationship had never been based on anything going right. His relationship about what he can get. Simple. That's been his relationship to the highest bidder. So nobody cares about him. Nobody cares about that foolish renting they own for a bunch of group of criminal conglomerate somewhere else. With Stanton and other group of people there. That I want to as well pass around and see the serious people there. That I want to as well really take to be serious. You're not even ready yet in that country. You're not serious. Anything the Joseph Boakai, Martin, what do you mean? What do I want? John Molu, any other people that I want to come on and claim to be integrated people, they're not integrated people. They are not integrated people because when you are a man or a woman of integrity, you will rather stay alone for what is right than to fall in line. So the fact that they fell in line, knowing what they knew the facts. Who told you Martin Colley they didn't know that Joseph Boakai is a crook? Who told you he didn't know that? Who tell you Martin Colley does not know anything? You can do research. Who told you Martin Colley does not know that Joseph Boakai is as criminal as Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Weah? Who told you that? They don't know that. They know that. They know that. They don't want what is right. They don't want what is good. So for all the sin that Martin Colley has, that dead bear. He only something for criminal people then who celebrate criminals. And no serious minded group of people take Martin Colley serious. No serious minded group of, I say it and I stand by it. No serious human being will take Martin Colley then serious. Because when you want change, even if you stand alone, it's not about perfection. It's about change. It is about change. Joseph Boakai can never be changed. Joseph Boakai can never be a change agent. George Weah can never be a change agent. They are all cut from the same cloth. Now I want as well to be serious. You're not ready yet. You people are not ready. No sweat behind you. You just make bad and poor choices in criminals. You elevate people then who are dubious, who are bad in nature, and they put in your celebrate. So you are continuing to celebrate. I don't care. They can expose anybody. They can expose each other at their business. They will just be confirming what we have said here on SKTV. They will confirm it every day, every night. Everything we have said on the show, they will confirm us. They will prove us right, and that is my point. That's all I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about the fights or whatever it is. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about it. So, guess what? Martin Colley lay bed. So it's good for him. It's sweet for him. It's sweet for him. In fact, if he make any mistake, I will reach out to my United Party beginning. They will bring a story outside. Y'all watch and see. They will bring a story outside. You know, corrupt story. They will bring it outside. And yeah, they know that coming. Just starting. Go on my page now. I said the yo-yo are going to come. I said the North are going to come with Joseph Boakai. It will be big. It was small. They were small. It just starting. The woman are just starting. They will bring receipt and other things for Martin Colley. And you think why they can bring that funny thing around Mong Seku and myself? You know why they can bring it? Because I double dare any one of them to bring that foolishness to us. You think what they say we stand for something, we stand for it. You think that joke we can be doing it? You think that joke we can be doing? Those men pass in the net, go take money from corrupt people then. And they elevate themselves and they come back and can add the hero to you. And you're cheering for them, you're clapping for them. You'll be running behind Martin Colley then. Nobody got time for you. Nobody got time for you. You'll be running behind them. The criminal then you choose to celebrate, you'll go celebrate them. I don't care about Dillon, I don't care about Martin Colley, I don't care about Yomli Kangalore. All of them are the same 6 and 7. They got criminal minds. They're not serious. They don't want any change. For them, they will live as criminals and they will die as criminals. That's it. Simple. They will not change. They will not change. Because people who are supposed to change, when you see what is right, you gravitate towards it. You change your mindset. Even if you stay alone and become unpopular for standing for what is right and what is truth. But that's not what they're interested in. Those dubious people that they have to pass around and listen to. Martin Colley can do whatever he want to do. I don't care about him. He's not important. He's only important to criminals. He's not important. He has no value to nothing. I don't want to say he has no value to nothing. Then he carry that friskiness so that he instead on any same boat in serious man. He's not serious. He is not serious. He is not a serious man. I don't take him seriously in any way, shape, or form. So that Martin Colley then pass around. And today now, they Dillon then a liar now. The Yomli then they send him and do the one, they send him and do that one. The other person waiting for the Amara Corner. The story then will come out one by one. Look, these people will disgrace themselves. Look, these people will haunt each other. These people will go after each other. These people, let me tell you something. These people will expose themselves. The evil that they have done, the bad that they have done. Let me say this, and this has nothing to do with George Weah, because George Weah himself is a criminal by nature. He is not a serious man. But just the fact that they have hurt so many innocent and exploited so many innocent people. So you tell me the same thing that George Weah did, the same thing Martin can't do, and the same thing Dillon and nobody can't do. All the noise that they made. These people are not serious. And the Labran people are not confused. No Labran person can call you the people confusing us. They're not confusing yours. You're addicted to criminalities. That's all. You're addicted to criminal behavior, and people that suppress it. That's it. There is nothing new here. So Martin is not confusing you. Martin is not where they're going here. You don't know Martin history from the from Soup and other places he was in school. You don't know a history there. You don't know a history there. Leave people, man. Let Martin go do what they want to do. Nobody cares. And y'all go celebrate that. Ain't y'all celebrate that Costa in here? We told y'all. We brought that story there also. We don't want to, we're not afraid to call anybody near to say the truth. We told y'all. We told y'all what they were doing. Costa King, I'm glad you were able to confess and say on the scene show that all the thing what they were doing with Joseph Boakai that true is a lie, and they put all of that together. Today we have how many of you now come here and say, oh, SKTV, the thing we say that true. But we'll say another one today. We'll say another one. Monk, are you there? Because I read something on Front Page Africa that's very confusing to me about the Joseph Boakai government. I want this thing, I want somebody to help me make this make sense. I really, really want somebody to help me make this make sense. Monk.
Yes.
There's an article that came out. Many people are not paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm. It's
about, I don't know if you have it, but I can send it to you. But there is a portion there. Let me send it to you quickly. I'm confused about this article. I'm confused about something. And I wanted to bring it to light because on SKTV, most of the things that we bring to light that we talk about, they do come to pass. In the midst of all this quagmire, something strange is happening with the whole Western cluster. You're listening. We're dealing with criminals. While you are being distracted by the Martin Colley and the other people and all the other funny things happening, something serious is happening. Out of a sudden, Western cluster announces a plan of $2 billion United States dollars in the next 5 years as the company's commitment to boost economic revitalization, foster social economic development in Liberia. But here is what get my attention more. Here's what get my attention. They say they're announcing $2 billion. You're listening? This is
over 5 years.
Over 5 years. But when the leader of Western Cluster was speaking, he took us back to something. And that's why I really, really want to ask you all. From 2011 till today,
the $300 million they spent
invested $300 million. Here's my question to you.
In 13 years.
Yeah. In 13 years, they invested only $3 million United States dollars. But in 5 years, they said they will invest $2 billion.
$2 billion.
Here is my question to you, Mark. That is more than
more than 7 times what they are investing in the last 13 years. And
exactly.
Believe that.
So, Mark,
yes, I was going to show you yesterday we talk about this issue. I know it's a big time lie. It's a simple thing. So go ahead.
So what changed?
No, for me, the only thing I took from the article, maybe they were giving me another sweetheart deal by this new corrupt regime. Maybe there were certain, I would say, certain clauses in their contract, because Western Cluster is not new to Liberia. They've been there forever. Like I said, the article said, we talked about you on the show yesterday. Only difference was we didn't go in depth. That you would take 13 years to invest less than 300 million. But you want to tell me and it's Steve and it's Lawrence, that you will make an investment of $2 billion with a B in the next 5 years. Tell me how that works. You see, the same game that he guys been playing from the day, like from Madam Salif administration, it's one of the reasons that brought Georgia to power. When people hear this kind of a figure, people don't go into the detail. The same with the national budget. Oh, people just, and why the lawmakers think they can just rip people off and steal from people, because not too many people will go into the details. When you hear about these foreign direct investment, the fancy economic terminology they be using, people don't really get this thing. You telling me that you are about to invest another $5 billion. The question is, if you've been operating this country for more than a decade plus, why would you be interested now to invest $2 billion when you only invested $300 million in the past 13 years? That more than a decade. Okay, so the question is, why is in it? And you know how business operate. They don't give some. What Ghana president said, there is no army of Father Christmas out there. Everybody wants something in exchange. So when these corporations or the multinational corporations come to your country and they sign this deal, a foreign direct investment. The question is, how many royalties are you getting from this deal?
Right.
And not too many people will ask that. They seem to say, oh, Madam Sally brought about a $16 billion investment into Liberia, foreign direct investment. When you look at Liberia, does Liberia look like a country that attracted $16 billion? looking at the living condition, the social, economic structure, and everything. Does Liberia look like a country that attracted more than $16 billion over the past few years? It look anything closer to that? So our people, they put this headline in the news, they try to fool people, but at the end of the day, I know Western Cluster is getting something bigger. That's why they want to bamboozle our people, and those criminals will go behind the scene to go and take their kickbacks again, as always. Why you think that whole thing was stored? Why you think even the accelerometer and the motor railroad deal between the past government, it's all about what they can get at the end of the day, because they understand that the people who are being affected, they won't take the time to go into details. Like in one of my picking, he called me one time, like, Sarah, the whole foreign direct investment thing, how it works. I said, brother, when there is a foreign direct investment, if a company comes and tells you, say, oh, we're going to invest 1 billion, it does not mean that they bring in 1 billion physical cash. They're looking at the operational expense. They're looking at the infrastructure that they will build. They look at their whole operation. They look at the research. And there are so many things attached. The only thing you should focus on is what Liberia is going to get in exchange for the resources you will be giving. And that's the most important thing people don't talk about. You're talking about you will empower women, you will empower the youth, you will invest in social infrastructure. Like, my brother, Western Cluster, you are not new to Liberia. If you have any good intention for Liberia, you will be meeting up with your social corporate responsibility. You will be making the right investment to the people. So what is it? The question you should be asking in Liberia, what are some of the incentive Western Cluster will be receiving from Obwaka-led administration, for which they will even think about investing $2 billion in the next 5 years when they couldn't do a quarter of a $2 billion within 13 years? That will be the question for people to ask.
Yeah,
Well,
and this is
how
where
many people can read the local dailies in Liberia? That's what we say. We SKTV we hear. That's what we do here.
this is where I'm confused.
Yes.
Because first of all, the amount is huge. Second of all, the time frame that they want to invest the amount is very short. Third of all, when you look at the past record, over 13 years or more,
300 million.
they've only invested 300 million. Mm-hmm. And the 300 million set, to be quite honest, I don't even know if they've
it even go directly into the economy.
Exactly. So then, what changed overnight? What's really happening? And again, like you said, these are the questions our people need to be asking. What happened? What kind of deal that was negotiated? And second of all, are the lawmakers aware of the deal that was negotiated? If so, can the public get to know what in Western Cluster getting? That automatically they won't invest $2 billion. $2 billion is small money. 300 million. They stretch it for 13 years. Can you imagine? 300 million. They stretch it for 13 years, but they say they give you 3 billion. What happened? Why didn't Joseph Wagana do that? He get 3 billion or 2 billion to be invested. So, Monk, this is where one of my concerns or my question comes. I read it this morning. I said, well, something is just not adding up. What are we missing? What is really happening? And so, we'll be calling on the lawmakers in the next few weeks, in as much as they're in some quagmire here. What is the deal for Western Cluster? Because Western Cluster announced it. Then the government of Liberia announced it. So that means if Western Cluster had the audacity and a brave mind to come and announce this deal, then that means some kind of legitimate legal work has already been done behind the scene. Monk, I mean, what say you? Because Western Cluster Nigeria, we're going to just announce this. Work has been done behind the scene. Agreements have already been reached. So we want to know from the lawmakers, are they aware of the deal, first of all? If so, what is the details of this deal?
Well, when you ask them, they will tell you the same thing. The president have to go out there and make the contact and make the negotiation. Then later on, they will come to investigate. But I know, I'm not speaking for everyone here, but I know, looking at the company's history, looking at the way concessions are signed in Liberia and how these things are done, they will always be the one to take the huge portion of the power, right? And the Liberian people will be left off the hook. Let me tell you something, Steve. One of the things that can really worry me a lot about the future of Liberia, I know Liberia is not a society. We are not advanced in technology. We are not advanced in agriculture. The only thing Liberia depends on solely and wholly are just few resources, mainly iron ore, maybe timbers, or certain percentage of diamonds and gold. But we are not at a huge quantity as compared to other countries. So the thing I keep asking myself, now you only left with 2 big reserves in Liberia when it comes to iron ore, and that is the Putu Mountain and this Wologisi. If Liberia is going to give out those 2 precious resources, what would be the feature of Liberia. Looking out, we are backward in terms of education, in terms of healthcare, in terms of infrastructure. If your last two precious resources are given for pennies on the dollar, tell me what would be the feature of Liberia 10, 15, 20 years from now. And most of the time when our lawmakers are signing these deals, they don't take all the factors into consideration. We don't have anything. You ask the typical Liberian, what you have, oh, Liberia, rich country. Rich in what? You can't be rich and be living in poverty. It makes no sense. You are one of the poorest countries on the planet. Just because you have few resources does not make you rich. If you cannot transform those resources or some better deal that you can help to expand your economy or grow your economy, it's not going to help you. So I know at the end of the day, there are some kickbacks, and certain people want to put it out there to make it look like the new administration is doing something gigantic to bamboozle people. Like, you know what? Western people, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Sekwema said talk about it, but we didn't go in details because I know it sounds too good to be true. And the American man can say, if it walks like a dog and quack like a dog, it is a dog. I know that nonsense is fake, but we'll wait. They will tell us that y'all wait until you can see the details, then you can criticize. So for me, I will take a lean back approach.
But one of our viewers and listeners made a point that I thought is very interesting also. I'll put the quote on here. I'll put what he said on here for us to read it out to the public. So he states, Abraham kind of states, Steve, Western Cluster is still obligated to the Liberian people for social corporate benefits amount. They have been asking for a waiver on that amount. That is far less than the 2 billion they are promising. How can you reconcile the two situations? So Western Cluster is saying, okay, Liberia, Liberia government, we're not able to meet up with our social corporate responsibility or benefits. We're not able to do it. We want you to forgive us. We're begging you, and we're not able to do it. We're not able to handle it. Can you please forgive us? But then the same Western Cluster is telling you, say, they come and invest 2 billion. What's going on here? What is really, look, we are picking up this story again because this will create another problem and a disgrace for the Joseph Yuma Boakai-led administration. This will bring noise. The same way how, more maybe how far we going with our yellow machine? Our machine ain't internet.
Oh,
Mama,
no, for now. Yes, indeed, for now, no idea, but I think no machine. Every day their name thing are coming up. So after the lawmakers Wahala, maybe next week or maybe week after next, maybe we'll be hearing about the yellow machines or maybe the World Crime Code or maybe another thing going to spark up. Thank God that you people are bringing up this thing.
Oh man, our yellow machine I are asking you for. We already calculated our yellow machine now can't almost more now.
No.
So our machine in the time yet?
No.
Let me ask Lawrence, they say at one point and they want somebody say the spot is on yellow machine. Our machine
Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
Wait, your way. I hope you're not against the government, so you're trying to spread rumor or propaganda.
For what? No machine bonkade.
The real machine they want to talk about what they say we're going to give you 19. 19 that kind of bonkade yet?
Nothing, brother, nothing. Even when a person will say Kakata because every day will get moved.
On the show.
But Steve, nothing here. No yellow machine here.
Yellow machine about?
Yellow machine for the party.
The man said the yellow machine not found. Anyway, Melbourne, I come and speak crown to you. Our yellow machine there? Mama, start shaking your head, talk to all we hear about our machine back. That machine, then what you're not cost on the social media for. Our machine there?
Steve, no machine here for now. Maybe it will be here on Monday. I don't know. Because I think it will be coming maybe through ship, maybe over the sea, or maybe through the air. I don't know yet. But for now on, there's no information about yellow machine.
Yeah, but we definitely want to take some calls. I don't know if you or Lawrence who will help us take calls today.
Yeah, I think Lawrence will do that. Yes.
Lawrence will beg you. Can you take some calls for us, please?
Okay.
Yes, please. Let me hear from the people at least.
Okay. Well, folks, those of you listening to the SKTV show, you can hit us on 0778 25 50 50, 0778 25 50 50, 086 02 13 02. Those are the numbers you can call this evening. Be part of the show right here on the SKTV. 0778 25 50 50. 086 02 13 02. This caller is on the phone line. Hello, your name, where you come from? Hello, your name, where you come from? You come from where? Okay, behind you noisy. Find a better location, brother.
Yeah, I can't my program.
Okay, go ahead. I hear you. Okay. Thank you, my brother. Inshallah. Thank you. You make your point this person. Wow. Yeah, I just noticed it. Okay. 077 25 50 50. 086 02 13 02. Those are the number. This caller is on the phone line. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Yeah, hello, Lawrence. This is Brown Staffing from Monrovia.
Yeah, you, Chief. Go ahead.
Yeah, I listened to Mom and book. I would love the show started, with the social thing. But let me go to the point. They don't talk about our Western custom. Young food want to break them up, but young food to win up the day. You have the years to 350 later, so to speak. At the end of that investment, you are asking for waiver of royalties supposed to pay to the country. That's supposed to, impact the youth development, the social development, and other education factors. Now you can buy the 2 billion for 5 years. See, the managers of this country got to raise it. Just people can take the zero and more middle point. These are the things that can bring people that sometimes you get them with and move them and bring back them to power. Because when you do this, they will connect what they did. They did what the devil I knew before. So I think we have to do more. And besides that, the president also got to explain to all this into the Western process to stop using that until certain condition met. One condition, the certain unless they get that, reissue them the permit to plow the road with vehicle. The third truck. That are so tempting.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You make your point. This person, let me see who is on this phone line here. Too bad I lost this cover. This person, hello, your name, where you come from?
Hello, for joining.
Go ahead, your full name. Call your full name.
I'm
Josiah Tier. I hear you.
Breaking news at home. On the yellow machine.
Go ahead.
Okay. That's a tablet they call yellow machine. That tablet is all what it does to. They call it yellow machine. So that is tablet that Joseph Boga talking about bringing 200 back and forth for people to go to the yellow machine.
Thank you.
The tablet is being all exhaustive. I think maybe I said no about that tablet. You call it yellow machine.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. You make your point. This person, let me see who is online too. Oh, this caller. Hello, your name, where you come from? Hello? Yeah, I'm okay. Lawrence Moore responding. What is your name? Where you come from? You come from where? I hear you.
I'm very glad to be on your show evening. Still one of the things that I respect. I want to tell you that let God be with you. Let you continue a good job. You have to prepare you and you all. Everybody, one of my children, I'm not being personal, but I'm actually on the show. So, they rescue the king of kings. They just leave the king of rescue, but they can't kill the children, but we can't talk to any. One additional concerning that.
Thank you.
So, one consider your good job.
Thank you, my brother. You make your point. Let me see who is on this other line. This phone line here. Okay, this person. Hello, your name, where you come from?
My name is Chris Moore. I'm calling from Liberia.
I hear you, man.
My name is Drew to Sinclair. My brother, you are thanking for your education. They went to call Pastor G. It was fine. And Mr. Water, at that time, he was the head of the Senate. So he knows exactly what has been. It was the future he was trying to elaborate that we're going to do this and so one thing was up. After he went to the people, they did have their completely, then he came back. Why is that he was coming to say you have something to do with one thing was up and not giving care 1 week, then you get them go ahead to work.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. God bless you. Let me see who is on the phone lines there. Line 2 here. This person. Okay, this caller. Hello, your name, where you come from? Hello?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm Lawrence Moore. What is your name? Where you come from?
Oh, from Bishop.
Okay, yeah, you chief. Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. I want to thank you guys for flagging some significant issues confronting the livelihood of Liberian people. But my brother, don't forget that people, they are 419 people. Alright? They are 419. When I government tells you 419, you should know it. I know you know it as well as I know. You know that as from River State, to come to Bikena, motorbike the horse or hitching the bus. You know that the whole place that no car can pass down. I don't want to go into the discussion here. I'm 419.
Thank you.
They try to do this thing so that it's like Grandpa and say, as one of the callers said, for people to say, yeah, these people, they are doing well. So they actually give me mountains out and they are doing small development. They were loud and they did well. The legislature, they are probably they should not accept the view to mountains.
Thank you. Thank you.
These are the only things that we got now. Happy 20, 30 years from now, our children. These people are 419.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. You make your point already.
419 people. Hello.
Yeah, they think I have that. This person is on the phone lines. Let me see. Hello, Yadim, where you come from? Yeah, you choose go.
People are not serious for this country. Look, the people taking advantage of the great people, they know the way they begin to think. The people notice that when things come up in this country, that they're wrong with them. So that's how we will break new topic. Every week they will break new thing up. Joseph Walker and his people, they do well for Nigeria. You know what? You can really know that the government coming to do something for us. All the promises that people made during the campaign, you really see that people see what they the promises. They are not serious. We go almost 6 months. We just sitting here and waiting people to say soon. How can you tell me we will not create them and the people are still soon? But you don't work.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. You make your point already. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. You make your point already. I can't keep on the line for long. Another person is trying to make that way. Okay, this person. Hello, your name, where you come from? I'm okay, your name?
Yes, Eddie B from Jesus. But my mother responded. And I said, what's up to my birthday about the rest of the movie at the stage. No, you know, Martin Collins now be reset because it's not the script that comes from the government. Martin Collins won't put himself on their soul. I'm telling you today, you think Martin Collins to be? He won't put himself on their soul. So at the end of the day, because there are calamity who come from the government to be honest with you. They got up to one of the worst government in the Nigerian history. You see what's going on now? So Martin Collins in a body problem or not as desire, but and I regret. Don't care about that Martin Collins. Don't care about that regret.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. You make your point already. Now listen. This person is on the phone lines. Good evening. Your name, where you come from? 077-825-5050, 086-02-1302. I take 3 most call and go to Steve in the US. 077-825-5050, 086-02-1302. This person is on the phone lines. Hello, your name, where you come from? Hello? To buy your lines, right? Hello? Yeah, you gotta find a better location, brother. Your line's bad. Right, go ahead, Chief. I hear you. Mm-hmm. My man, stand group play, and do the talking. Your line too bad. Okay, thank you. Thank you, my brother. You make your point. Let God bless all of us. Thank you. Let God bless all of us. Thank you. You make your point. Yeah, man. This person. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Too bad. I'll take one more and go to Steve. Let me see. Take one more and go to Steve. Hello. Good evening. Yeah, name where you come from? You say your name again? Oh, you're lying bad, brother. I hear you. Go ahead, make your point. I hear you. Hello? No, the line is too bad, Steve. I think you can take control from your end.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mark, let's get a reaction from you. You've heard someone to call us. Chairman Abraham Doda should be joining us very, very soon so we can have a brief conversation. In the meantime, if you're in the diaspora and you'd like to join the conversation, please feel free. You can reach out to me if you have my number. You can reach out to me. I'll add you on for a minute or two to make your point. Or you can reach out to me on Facebook, Moses. And I will definitely take your call. So go ahead, Monk. What is your reaction? You heard the callers.
It's one of the, when you listen to the responses from the callers, why some of us we decided to contribute on SKTV, and I think moving forward, SKTV will be the perfect conduit to push a lot of agenda for the forward movement of Liberia. You see, I keep telling you all the time, and most of our audience on the show, the reason political moves are made in Liberia or are made in Liberia the way they are done, because the people who are making decisions assume that the vast majority of the people in Liberia are very stupid. Right? They think they can who when they can bamboozle you, and they do it all the time. It's like their MO every time. That people don't pay attention. These guys overseas, they can complain all they want, but we know that the vast majority of people here are too dumb to understand what's happening here. And they got people who are really into these things, even though they will still have some colors that will come and say the complete opposite. Let me give you a typical scenario. Let me tell you the whole in totality how the whole Western clothing sound like to me, right? You know, when a company signs a deal, the social corporate responsibility, the least thing you can do is almost like giving back to the community and you know that you operate. It's like a good way gesture, whether it's about charitable issue, whether it's self-regulation, whether it's about philanthropic job, or just giving back to the community. You know, let's assume you open a factory in Kakata, maybe you were born over there, and as a good way gesture, as part of your operational budget, you can say, you know what, let me do something in the community, you know, because this is what we operate. That's what our social corporate responsibility is all about. But yeah, it's a funny thing. Western Cluster permit was suspended by the same Joseph Boaka. And you know why it was suspended? Because Western Cluster couldn't commit to providing the services of the road. And you know how much we're talking about? We're talking about $200,000. That is from Clay to Simple Bridge. You know, when you go around the Simple Bridge area, it's a double bridge, right? They got one side that uses the train and the other one that uses the original car road, right? Now, even if you're the dumbest person that ever existed on this planet, why would you believe in when you take iron ore from the western part of the country to bring it to the port or to ship it to any part of the world? If you run a big operation, your transportation, because you have to remove the raw material, if you cannot commit to servicing the road that will take your raw material to make you money, how can you invest $2 billion in the country? I'm just talking about 200,000.
Right.
That they couldn't commit to. But you want to believe in the next 5 years, they are about to give you $2 billion.
So more. Let me make it simple for our people because I got to call here quick. Let me make it simple for what you just said. Let me use your analogy. You supposed to get $20.
Yeah.
Or they will want $20 to cook. When they want asking for the $20, you make grandma, you say you not get the $20, you not get money, you broke. But then you promise the woman and tell the woman say you get all $200.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what Western Cluster is saying
Yeah.
to you. So, by the way, let's take this caller quick. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Yeah. Good afternoon, man. Good afternoon to Monk, and good evening to the guys in Liberia. Listen, man, Steve, I was constrained on listening to the discussion you guys have. It's very interesting, especially with regards to the Western Cluster situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was constrained to trend in there on to state that this is, how do you reconcile it to? I mean, maybe if you recall, just I think it was last year or 2022, when Senator Snow even had to fly to India.
Right.
Because at the time, Western Cluster even threatened to pull out to the point that they even loaded some iron ore, and they even left it stuck at the airport. At the seaport, because they had the obligation of social corporate responsibility that they didn't meet up with the three countries that are affected by their deal over there, and they threatened to walk away. Now, that money was never paid. In fact, Senator Snow, because he's there at the time, his word was that the Westerners, they're going to be losing jobs and so on and so forth. So he went there. I think he together with another senator. I think it was the guy that lost the election. Setuma. I think he and Setuma, they were involved to see how to bring Western Cluster back to Liberia. Now, if the people coming back for 13 years like you stated, and they got nothing to show infrastructure-wise, forget about the upcoming promises that they're making. Infrastructure-wise, in Bobby, Kippa, and Baku, they got nothing infrastructure-wise to show. Not even a hospital, even a wholesale corporate headquarters. They get both of them building in our place. And then for them to come and be making mockery out of Liberia, talking about they're going to invest $2 billion in 5 years. How do you reconcile this deal? So, I mean, nobody should back in that gibberish, but it's like, because they're taking advantage of franchise government. And I would say that effectively. So, they take advantage of this kind of talk and then try to bamboozle the Liberians to make believe. And that's what happens, Steve.
Thank you.
That's exploitation over there. But thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Monk, I want to ask you a question because in as much that we're discussing the Western Cluster thing, and let me just say to the government, please come on and tell the Liberian people what's up. Because if you don't, we'll tell them, just so you know. But Monk, let me ask you this question: do you think the government connived or is in cahoot with Western Cluster on this announcement to deceive the Liberian people? Would you suppose that, based on the fact that the Western Cluster has the audacity,
yes,
out of the closet as they've done? What say you?
For me, I believe there's collusion between the government and its Western Cluster. Any serious-minded corporation or multinational corporation that want to make a huge investment in Liberia or any part of the world, the government won't be running behind you just to maintain or service the road that you're going to be using to transport your own raw material.
Yes.
Let me give you a typical example. The entire GDP of Liberia is $4 billion. You want to believe that Western Cluster alone will invest 50% of the entire GDP of Liberia when they cannot even service the road that will be carrying the iron ore. Come on, bro. But you know what? They went over there because the question you ask yourself, if their license or permit was suspended or revoked, why would Joseph Boakai reinstated? Because he got something. He and a crew, they must have gotten something in return. Because if I will keep telling our people, you haven't seen a leader with real love for that country. You haven't seen real leadership. Because if Joseph Boakai and his government are really, really serious about the progress of Liberia, infrastructure development and investing into the social fabric of society, they won't even be in a meeting to compromise or to even have a discussion, because this is the least thing that you can do. You're using the road to transport your own raw material to the port to make billions of dollars, and you are telling me you can't even commit to servicing the road. How can I believe that in the future you can even make better of your promises? I mean, this is the least thing that you can do. It's not like it's benefiting like, bro. We're talking about the very road that you will use to transport this iron ore to go and make money. You cannot even commit to servicing it. So they're going to even reinstate your permit.
But Monk, the government, the Unity Party-led government under Joseph Boakai has drawn a lot of attention. Some people call it missteps. Some people call it corruption, misappropriation, however you want to term it. But they've drawn a lot of negative attentions on themselves, including most recently whether you want to laugh or joke about it, the yellow machine pronunciation that they made. Why do you think at this time they should make this kind of pronunciation, or even get Western Cluster to go ahead to come in public and make this kind of pronunciation? What do you really think is wrong with this government that they can't seem to get it together? They come from one noise to another noise. When you think the other noise is subsiding, we've been talking about the senators these few days and about the retreat and about the money. They brought another noise again on themselves.
Yeah, it's like they keep inventing that. Would call it, or how do you call it? Flooding the zone, so people
What
can't
do you
keep
think?
track. Yeah, you keep bringing one thing after another to confuse the average person, so we cannot keep track from audit to asset recovery to Putu Mountain to Yellow Machine. It's just manufacturing one crisis after another, so that the average person cannot keep track. And the thing is, if you don't have an agenda, that's what we keep telling people: when you come to power, everybody come with an agenda. Everybody got a priority list. There are few things you can accomplish. If you come to power without a clear vision and a clear goal as to what you want to achieve, Steve, it's almost impossible to achieve anything. So you, at the end of the day, you start creating distraction. You know, 1 minute rescue Rambo is gone. Another day, Maya Gongwe accusing the how they call it, the asset recovery board of stealing. Another day, the lawmakers will come and tell you that, you know what, we want a system audit rather than a full-blown audit. Another day, the chief justice will say, no, we want our fair share of the power. Another day, one guy will come and say, oh, you know what, we got to record the budget because certain power that was given to us in the budget, they are no longer there. It just confused the average person and it cannot make sense. It's just like you're on a road, you don't have a destination, then, but you're expecting to reach to that very destination in a particular period of time when you find you don't even have a goal as to what you want to accomplish at the end of the day. So
is this a self-inflicted damage and confusion, and the Joseph Yuma Bwaga government might not be able to get out of this? What say you? Before I bring out Ibrahim Jordan on.
Well, I would agree with that. That it's self-inflicted because look, the president is the one behind the bullet puppet. He's the one that wields the greatest power. He's the chief executive. He's the commander in chief. He got executive power and executive privileges. But at the end of the day, some of us will predict this thing that you are just rolling the dice for another 6 years, because I know there is a difference between working in government and leadership. Leadership is a whole thing by itself. There are certain attributes and characteristics you must see in people before you can believe that they are a leader. And I know you can say it how you want to say it. You can play politics all you want. I know those attributes you cannot find it in Joseph Boakai. So at the end of the day, it will be one thing here and there. It will be like what you got with George Weah. George Weah came, 1 minute he said road, maybe he go out there and build one park, maybe he build one building. At the end of the day, from a policy standpoint, if you want trade, you needed to say, okay, what George Weah actually accomplished that another president can come and say, oh, it was because of this. It was because of George Weah that we're able to accomplish this. I want for someone like Liberia to name one major policy that affected the entire country. It's the same thing that will happen with Boakai. You do one project here, another one there. By the end of the day, you can put the pieces together to make a bigger picture. And the same thing you're seeing happening.
Thank you. Just before I bring in Chairman Abraham Dode to join the conversation, I just want to make a quick disclaimer. Partly it's our fault on SKTV. We did not send the link on time or in time to the chairman. And so, Chairman, I just want to apologize and acknowledge that we sent the link very late to you, and I take full responsibility. It was my fault. It totally slipped my mind. I'm very, very sorry about that. So wherever we stop in the conversation today, definitely we'll have to resume to make up the time so that we're paying back. Because we already had a conversation that you were coming today, so the oversight was from my end. But Chairman, welcome to the show. How are you? I know it's been a while. We have not had you on SKTV. What's going on?
Well, man, it's a pleasure being on, man. Thank you. I want to say happy Father's Day to you, to Monk, and to the rest of the folks out there, and to the rest of the folks out there, and to our listening audience, especially for the fathers out there. Yeah, it's been a while. We're here, man, in our local corner, trying to observe the process, the rescue mission, see what happens out there. But we're here in our local corner, trying to do our own business and remain focused. So we're here.
Thank you, Chairman. So quickly, Chairman, lots of national issues, lot of things popping up, a lot of things going on. So we're glad to have you on because we know that you'll be able to help us understand something. We want to start with the most recent one, the senators. Chairman, what do you make of rescue? And on the rescue, you have rescue mother. And just for the record, Senator Yomdi Kanga Lawrence stole that name from illegally took the name from Fina Bono, whether you like it or not. That was the title that was ascribed to Fina Bono for the 6 years that they were there. However, she took that name, and ran with it. You have a rescue light, Senator Darren Stillon. You also have different people coming on the team, and with different titles and so forth. Here we are today, the rescue Senate. I'm not sure what's really going on with that money business. What say you, and what is your view? What is your take?
Moses, Liberia is an interesting country, right? And Liberians are one of the Liberians are an interesting group of people on the planet, So it's interesting, but some of the things that are happening, we are not surprised. Liberians, Liberians are, they will see the problem, right? They will see the problem and begin to test the problem, but then when you begin to talk about it, they will say, well, it's too early, don't talk, let's do our Liberian way, let us observe until it gets to a point where, we suffer enough, or that, we experience the bad issues, then, or we are dying, then, you can come in and talk for us, or you can do this. And so whenever you say these things, it becomes a situation where Liberians, kind of beat on you who, try to advocate their interest or try to be there for them. So I reach a point where you say, what, let me take my hands off and relax. But the senators in the House and Moses, it's not a strange thing. I mean, you follow me, we follow each other, the issue of Yomdi Kanga and the rest of them, we've been saying it from day one, before even they call themselves whatever they call themselves today. We've been saying it. Go in Buchanan, for instance. Go in Grand Pass. I'm from Riverside. I come from Riverside, Maryland. Among us, I think come from Grand Pass. Go in Riverside. In Grand Pass. What do you see there? That woman has been over there for years. She's been in the Senate. What do you use? The school, even the loan school they have in that place there, it doesn't even have fitting chairs and things in that place there. Go there and see. The market, there was a marketplace that somebody posted on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that horrible.
Yeah. Right. So these people in the different counties, they are senators. You see absolutely nothing tangible. But when you talk, when you say these things about these people, they are bring people come and beat on you. They come against you. They come as because of the tie with these people, the relationship with these people. They go to the people, they get a little something. So they don't have that mindset that these people are not doing nothing. You got a senator in the county that just a small market structure, just a small market hall. You cannot even build decent market structure for these people. When we talk about it, people beat on you. So what happened today? Using her coke to go and cook, to go and provide retrieve food for these people and take the money and give it to these people and go you $278,000 over there. For me, it's not a strange thing. For Liberians over there, it's strange, but for me, it's not a strange thing. And like I said in my post, nothing gonna happen. Nothing gonna happen. I'm telling you, nothing gonna happen. That tangibly they're gonna say, and they're gonna be the first thing is it's not even a rescue. It's not even a rescue as I see it currently. It's not even a rescue. Because when we're talking about rescue, Moses, we're talking about a person that's in a dying need or that's in a dying situation, and you got to go there and be ready, prepared to rescue. Everything that you got within you, you put it out there that you will see in your physical morphology that you're ready to take somebody out of a quagmire.
Right.
Without that kind of hunger on a physical structure, seeing it and say, yeah, ready to rescue this person. But you see nothing.
But
even some of the things that are happening, if you make a comparative analysis of George Weah and people, in 6 months, you will see George Weah did, some things that the guys are going far above targeting than George Weah. Far above targeting. I did not even see this coming.
But Chairman, let me ask you this question. What would say about you guys? what I was saying about you guys.
No receiver, not cutting or check your inbox. That market Doda is talking about. I want you to play for the audience a few minutes.
Yes.
I send it to your inbox. Just put on the screen so the people, our audience, can see what he's talking about.
Upload it, and I can let me see if I can send it. I don't know if Siku is available to upload it, but I will try on this end more. Definitely, I can see it here. But Chairman, here's my question to you, Chairman Ibrahim Doda. Chairman, let me send it to Chairman Ibrahim Doda. I'm not sure if he has a means of. Chairman, I send it to you right now. If you have a means of just adding it on the screen from your end there, but I send it to you. But here's my question to you. So, some of my questions about Chairman Abraham Doda, these people you knew that why you endorsed Joseph Boakai in the second round. All this while you stood up against them, you spoke against them, especially you were clear. Why did you endorse them in the last round?
Okay, Lord. So you know the question. A lot of people have kind of inbox. A lot of people have called me, and a lot of people have called me. But let me put the question in context, right? And just bear with me for a minute.
Sure.
I supported Alexander Cummings in the first round. But a lot of us who supported Alexander Cummings were honest about what happened in the first round. None of us expected that Alexander Cummings would have performed poorly the way he did. Right?
That's true. That's a fact.
There were several factors. Even some of us who were willing to support the process. There were barricades around Mr. Cummings. There were few people who were even within the institution of ANC. There were problems. There were issues. There were fundamental issues, and some of us had serious doubt. How can we go to an elections and we have this issue as people who should be an alternative to all the old order? How are we having these issues? Some of us made attempts to reach Mr. Cummings. He would read our messages, but he would not respond. Some of them, call him directly. He would not respond. And that's just only us. Some of us people who are part of the structure of the party. As the point where people was being sidelined from different angles. So there were different factors. So my thing is, okay, if this were happening in the man who's supposed to lead the country, who would see as an alternative to the old order, what happens then? Right? So it becomes a serious issue. It became a serious issue on the minds of many of us who supported Mr. Cummings. And that led to what the result that we got. That's part of the reason that led to the result we got, right? Mm-hmm. But in the second round, I have made a decision to not support any candidate, just remain quiet and not support any candidate.
Right.
But we're in a political process, right? And most of the big brothers, we call big brothers, in our cycle, call yourself, oh, and chairman, you have a stake in this process. You got to, get involved. We can't get a country by the George Weah and so forth. And for me, I had conversation with a lot of big brothers. I'm not going to call their names here, but I think, someone said on the back end, we talked about some of these things. And I said, sure. I'm not going to do it because I don't know this man to have any track record in the history of our country. So I'm not going to do it. I was very clear. I told some of the big brothers, very clear, right? But consistency and, keep talking and say, listen, do you, why is you have an issue with JMB? Do you give the country to we are again? Or do you give it do you try this man, see what happens? So back and forth, I said, you know what? We have a stake in this process. So let me give you a try. That's how, out of my good conscience, right? Out of my good conscience, I will tell this brother today, out of my good conscience, I decided to say, let me support, because of the pressure from some of my friends, and so forth. A lot of people call me from all around the place. So I said, okay. Some of our friends in government today, who when you call their phone, they don't pick their phone today. Some of the issues we see here, we want to call them to talk to them, they don't pick their phone today. They see it and see these people are doing, right? So because of that, we say, okay, let me give it a try. Let me support this man. And we did. And we did it because of the Liberian people and Moses and Monk. We did it because the Liberian people would tell them, even though I knew in my good conscience, my father worked with Agricultural Development Bank. He was the operation manager. They sent out to Lofa for years. They sent out to Nimba for years. They sent out to Bon County for years before we came to Monrovia. Right? I know JMB. I know his track record. I know who he is. And I didn't see anything he did in Lofa. So I could not support on my good conscience. But we're in a new political dispensation. So if somebody say, as a big brother say, Doda, you are a chairman, you have a lot of fun people follow you and so forth, you are stake in the process. Let's do this thing for the sake of the country. I said, okay, let me give you a talk. And because one of the reasons I could not even support George Weah again, because Kelly or Gifted Lama, my friend Sylvester Lama, a wife, That's the reason why I even rejected that money when they made that offer. So all of these things, Moses, I could not have gone back to where, but I said, let me give you a try for Joseph, the GMB, for the sake of our country. That's all I did it for. But again, what I'm happy, it just confirms some of our fear we had in supporting this man. And so that's what I did it for.
Chairman, thank you for your honesty, because most people, when you ask them some of these questions, and I'm glad that we're addressing this in the public, because this is a question that I have called you personally as a brother.
Right.
We have spoken on it, and you have been consistent with your answer. I'm not here to back you or to make any excuses, but this is what you've told me from day one.
Right.
That these are some of the reasons that. But here is the thing, Chairman. Here is where we are now with the Joseph Human Boaga government that has proven to be, to some extent, so far in 5 to 6 months, have proven to be worse than President George Weah. You, as a former leader of the students back home at the university, what do you recommend? Do we revert and go back to President George Weah as a nation? How do we move forward? What do we do? What are our options?
No. So there are a couple of things. Firstly, let me put in context. There are a couple of things we've got to do. One is that it's shameful, it's painful that we're talking this thing in 6 months.
So you mentioned the name, right?
Right? It's shameful because the old man has just validated all the things people have said, that the man is not competent, he doesn't have a health issue, you're not going to be in control. So he just validated all of the what citizens have been saying, all of what other opposition operators have been saying, all of what other people have been saying. So he just validated all of these people, which is painful to see and to watch, right? But we in it, right? But no. And let me say this for the first time. Moses, there has to be a wake-up call for Liberian politicians, all order. You, Monk, everybody, the young people in the country, right? We're not all to lead our country. We're not all to lead our country. There has to be a rude awakening for the politicians in the country that this enough is enough in the way in which they handle the affairs of our country. Okay? Senegal president, right? He's not young to lead. He's the leader of the country. So there has to be a way, young people, we have to find a way to come together and send a clear message to our people. Because guess what? Some of the people who are president today, they are in the Senate. Some of the people who are president today, they are in the Senate. Right? Look at what they just did in Buchanan, the Amarakone, my friend Darius DeLong, Yombi Kanga, all these people. Right? Do we, as a people, sit and say, the people they come to power? Edwin Snowden, these are the people who won't be president. These are the people who come to be president in 2029. These are the names that are on the periphery. These are names that are out there. Should we sit and get people additional 6 years or 12 years as young people as a country that has a stake in our political process? I said no. George Weah is not an alternative. We, as young people of our country, can come together and begin to have a new paradigm shift and say enough is enough. Moses, why is it that every time the Liberian people get in queue to go vote these people, they turn out to be the worst character in the country? What is it? What is it? Even in America here, when you let people, the people can start doing, you see the roles, you see visibility of infrastructure development, you see other things and so forth. You know what the people are yearning for Donald Trump? Because when you compare, you have a comparative analysis with Donald Trump in economy with Joe Biden, there's a complete contrast. There's a contrast, right? So there has to be a way that we as young people, we can't sit on a platform like your platform and sit and say, oh, enough is enough. No, there has to be a way that we can be able to have a serious and honest conversation about where we want to see our country in the next 10 years or in the next 20 years.
Okay.
Right? 2029 is right in the corner. Should we sit and allow the very people who complain about to come and say and convince us again and say, oh, hey, we want to be president and make us president, make us vice president? That is a critical question all of us should be having a conversation about. Because it's not about right now, for me, I've said, nothing's going to change from JMB. You know why? If JMB is serious, he will fire Tintin, or his son Tintin, or a friend, that criminal who is an ambassador for investment. He will fire Mandela Cooper or boyfriend. He will turn around and fire Sylvester Grisman, who has taken $400,000 from NASCO, you know what I mean, Minister of State. You were put in place a lot of other issues that would tell me and other person, Martin, other people to say, hey, I'm serious about the governance question for our country. You will listen to John Molu recommendation. You will do a lot of other issues that would follow. Say, okay, they may be serious for the government. He's serious to rescue the country, and he's serious about the governance question for our country. Anything short of that, he's not serious, and I'm not sure he's going to do it.
Okay, speaking, you just mentioned, and before I go to Mark for maybe a question or a statement, you just mentioned Martin, and unlike your case, Martin will fall in on the rescue train, not only attacking people, breaking relationships with people, attacking people's character, credible people, going as far as disrespecting people who he had no reason to disrespect or to fight with. My question to you now is, what say you about the whole Martin Colley saga, and should he be taken seriously?
Well, most I'll put it this way. Martin's a young man, right? Martin's a young man. He has a lot of experience. He's a young man. He has his issue, right? But Martin is not a sin. Martin is not a sin. Martin is a smart young man, and like any other person, when you join a political process, you got your side, you support the process, you go all out to support the process, and that's what he did. Did he go above and beyond and stretch some of the issues? Well, probably, and so forth. He did, but that was then. The campaign came. We hit each other way in each other. In fact, when I was supporting commies, there were issues that went in 2017. I thought issue was tied one way with other people, Monan Fire and other people. When I didn't support him, right? But that was a different dispensation. Martin has the makeup, right? And the good thing about it is he saw what has happened, and there was not any change. There was not anything that he would GMB would have made any change in terms of what he wanted, what needed to happen. And so he took a step back. And I told him, you need to resign from the process. You need to be able to take issue. You need to do this, you need to do that, right? Because it's about the country. It's not, we didn't go into the process to make GMP and the cronies that people around GMP reach overnight. We did it because of the Liberian people. Ask for my own money. And every time we go into the process, we take our own little cash. We don't have it, but we take out to support the process. We did this thing because of the people of Liberia. We did it because of the country. Moses, Mom, you can't know the people in that country suffering. They're suffering in that country. And so whether they realize it, that's another question that not debate for itself, because they themselves can be there, in their own suffering and then advocating for the wrong thing, right? But
right.
What the fact of the matter is, we did it for the Liberian people, no reason. So if we did it for Liberian people, and today there's a contrast to what we advocated for, it's just important to take a step back and call for rule and order. Say, hey, we advocated for this thing. This time we advocated for. This time we fought for. Get back on course and do it. What is right for the Liberian people? We thought we were going to rescue the Liberian people. You didn't. This doesn't resemble rescue. We got to come back on the drawing board and do what is right. If you can't do it, I take a step back. And that was something I done.
Okay.
You can't do it. We take a step back and we hold you accountable. And that's what we're doing. Because it's not about us. It's about Liberian people. And that's what you promised. That's what you told us that you would have done. So why not? Why you shifted? Why are you taking long to order job we are? Why are you taking long to do this thing? Why are you joining? Why you joining criminal to go into South Africa and advocate for a yellow machine when you know it's not done the right way? Why are you doing all these things? The same thing Joshua were doing. You riding plane, private jet. You doing all around the place. Why are you doing these things? It makes absolutely no sense. But yes, this is what we are. So I think it's important for us to now begin to take a step back and hold people accountable. And I think that's what Martin is doing. And I just he's a young man. But I think it's important. If he went ever wrong, he will make amends of it. And taking a step back to say, I'll hold these people accountable. I think it should be lauded by everybody. It should be welcome by everybody. Because all of us, we are young people. We make mistakes. And we make amends as human beings. So he made mistakes along the way. He went hard on other people. I want to start doing the campaign process. But hey, town is a bridge under the water. Water under the bridge now, and we move forward. He's taking a step back. Say, I hold it for accountable because of the Liberian people, and I think we should give him a chance.
Okay, thank you. Monk, what say you? Do you have any question for the chat?
Well, it's not a question, just a follow-up comment with the whole idea. We all use different metrics to hire a leader or to pick a leader in an election. I don't blame people when politicians get into office and fail people that had trust in them. It's not on the voters, it's on the politician that were given that particular mandate. So
Mhm.
one thing here is I knew I got my own metrics, I got my own benchmark, I got my own checklist that I can look for in the leader before I can put my support beyond anyone in politics. I would tell you from my personal assessment, there is no way on this planet in this day and age that a Joseph Boaga and the Georgia can be an option for me. Even in a losing effort, I still won't take them. But unfortunately, I'm just a single mom. Everybody got their own preferences. So they think about how they call this the idea because people have their own theory. One of the reasons it was the first time in Liberia's history that a former ruling party was given power again because people felt that Georgia was just out of hand, that things had gotten so worse. Is that you have that you're looking for the better, I mean the lesser of two evil. I mean you want something better, but when you are left with option A and B and two of them are worse, but one guy is a little better. Look, if I had a chance of making a decision between Joseph Boaga and Georgia, I would have done the same. There is no way I can pick Georgia over Joseph Boaga. In as much as I will not pick a Joseph Boaga in the election based on a fair assessment, but most Liberian people felt like, you know what, Joseph Boaga may not be our best choice, but look at the option that we got here. So it was a calculated bet that the people on the rescue train took. But my thing here is there were people that did it with the wrong intention. It was not for them, it was not for few people, it was the lesser of two evil. But for the vast majority of those people, they thought they were setting the stage or the platform for 2029. So they look at the thing in Noah, who you think we can use to get our way in 2029. And Joseph Boaga for them was the savior's option. That's what they decided. So I'm not going to blame the chairman. I'm not going to blame the lack of mountain calling, even though I know for the lack of mountain calling did it for with ulterior motive. But at the end of the day, if you look at it from a logical standpoint, it was a very easy decision to make. If you look at things happen, look, Joseph Boaga came with name recognition. Joseph Boaga came with the label of experience. The vast majority of people voted for Joseph Boaga with the expectation that he was going to set some precedent, especially on the Wia-led government. So if Joseph Boaga failed the Liberian people, for me, I expected it, but I can't blame the people that supported him either because they had a high expectation for him. It was his duty to go over there and push the mandate or the people whose aspiration that he was carrying. Exactly. So I'm not going to hold them accountable. It was their choice, even though their choices, I won't agree with it. But at the end of the day, it was still incumbent. The same thing with Delon. Some of us here will profit for Delon. We did fundraiser for Delon here. But at the end of the day, it was up to Delon to go over there and prove people right. So I'm not going to chastise anybody for the decision to make. I would not make that decision if I were given the opportunity. But unfortunately, at the time, Joseph Boaga was still a better option. Looking at the history, looking at the name recognition, looking at the time he spent in government, looking at his demeanor, everything, the average person will have still choosing Joseph Boaga over George Weah. So if anybody out there that supported Joseph Boaga, you have no reason to beat on yourself. Even though your choices were wrong, but it was still incumbent upon Joseph Boaga to do what he should have done or to keep doing what he was expected to do. That's my whole take on it.
So let me just and I agree with Monk, but my point of divergence is that I don't think Martin did it for any ulterior motive, right? Martin is a young man. Martin would have stayed with the camp with the team, and he would have just gotten something from the team, and then they play smart with A and then go about it. There are many people in our society today, young people, who stand for absolutely nothing. Most of you are witness of that. Most of our friends, the value system in our country is absolutely zero. So as a result of that, many of our young people, they prepare to be bootlickers, right? And sing and chant, the name of politicians on radio for little or nothing. We see that all the time. Martin would have chosen to say, you know what, I get from the president or the vice president, or where I get from the system. I would just say mute and just build myself and be done with the politics of the country. But he said no. He took a step back and holding the people accountable. That is what is unique. People can say, yeah, it's been 5 months. Yeah, for some of us, we're not going too hard because we want to give them some time. But at the same time, we think it's just too early to start doing.
Yeah, it gets too much for you to wait for the time again.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, but the fact is, at least people say the time, you actually get it for 1 year, get job 1 year. Say, okay. But Georgia, the mistake are making 6 months.
6 months is worse. So why should I wait for a year?
Exactly. So I'm just saying, hey, Martin, whatever he did, him are going to hard. Like, Emma doing in a campaign process. But Martin, I don't think he did it for any ulterior motive. He did it because, for the sake of the country and for the people. And saying that he didn't see that what should have happened. And he decided to say, you know what? I take a step back and I will hold people accountable. And that's what he's doing.
And
So-
I said, and I'm young people for that matter, because it barely happened it barely happened in our country to see no men take a step back and say, I will fight the system. You know, what we advocated for is not what we're seeing. I'll fight the system. It's just kind of hard to see among our young people in our country nowadays. So when you see one person doing it, yeah, I mean, I think we should give them props to get them to encourage them in the process. That's what I just think.
So Chairman, so on SKTV, you already know, you know, we can ask people, because you are a political actor, whether we like it or not. You know, whether you come to the national scene or you decide to stay with the student side, or you just decide to be mute or whatever it is. Like you said earlier, you're a stakeholder. Are we seeing the chairman 2029 for any political office?
Look at him, man.
Yeah, but a political
one time, man. We're not coming for
no, I'm a politician.
You are chairman, mama. You think that you won't play
when we
politics?
discussing,
You live and breathe politics.
No, but we gotta put a chairman on record.
Mama, why you not tell Mama? Just tell your man. We ain't discussing that. But hey, listen, Moses, listen.
I put a chairman.
Moses, like I said, Moses, like I said, you know, we have an opportunity here as young people, right? I think it's about time, not just in the different counties and the elections in the different county or representation or whatever, right? But the national office of our country. That's what you, me, Monk, and other people need to start discussing. We're not too young to lead our country. And I will be out there, and I made my post. I'm calling for a mass movement, and we're starting that process. I'm going to Liberia, we're starting that process. We'll set a sail around the country. We'll do that. Because we think the young people of the country, it's important that look, many of the people you see, many of the politicians, look in the Senate, for instance. Look in the Senate, look in the House. Right? There are some good ones there. But my brother, the people talking about president, that is same people who passing no bylaws, who doing all the things and so forth, giving us all the huge benefit, everything in that country. So you will sit there and be on SKTV and don't have a stake in the process and have a genuine conversation about who should lead our country 2029. If we should put for a young candidate in 2029, we will do it. We will do it. And so we'll begin to have that conversation among ourselves. So in terms of the question you asked, yes, I will going back home and I train in District 15. I'll be there, you know, and make the case of the Liberian people in District 15. I will do that. But that is beside the question. The national conversation about the national issue about the presidency and the we should be thinking about that as young people of our country. Some of the old politicians will not help the process. They will come there and will do the same thing. It has never changed and will not change anytime soon. So we will not begin to have that conversation among ourselves and say, what do we do? Who do we do? Do we look at Monk to go as president? Do we support the president? Do we have the conversation? Or do we look at Moses? Or do we look at the person? Who do we see as young people to support out there? You're not too young to lead the country. We will begin to have that honest conversation among ourselves. How do we go about resources? How do we go about these issues? How can we go about do we go in the process? And no, it's important for us to do that. Let's tell the guys that they are not because we support them, we saw them big brother, we call them. So now we should sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, and follow them every year, every election year, and then disappoint the Liberian people. Yeah, I think it's about time that we have a mass movement of young people in the country, across the globe, of Liberians come together and begin to have that serious conversation about what needs to happen in 2029. But if you trust people in a place there, it will never happen. Liberian people will never see any peace in our country there until that kingdom come. I can promise you.
So before we leave for the day, I got maybe one or two more questions for you. Before we leave for the day, Chairman. So you're saying similar to the Liberian people that they should expect you on the ballot on 2029.
I'll be on the not as president, but I'll be on the ballot 2029. As
okay, so you are looking for you are seeking office 2029.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. No shit, no. Wait,
I made it clear. I made it clear on my Facebook page. I made it clear. I'll be going home 2029. There's a clearing call to go back home 2029. I'll be transitioning home back. I'll be transitioning back home 2029 to be able to make the case in the district. We'll be in conversation with our people. Our people are clear. We'll be going home to set up to do a lot of different. In fact, if started working in the district, we'll be doing a lot of work in the coming months and so forth, and to set up some structures. We'll be going home to engage our people. We've engaged some of our partners, our friends here. A lot of things we're doing, but that's a subset of the universal set, right? The universal set is the presidency and the vice presidency, right? That subset is the representation of being a representative or a senator, right? So the bigger question is that of the presidency. What do we do moving forward?
Okay. So I'm just saying to you, because we are on record today is the 16th.
Yeah.
we beg you, like you said earlier, we're brothers. Some of these big brother then that we talk to once they get elected, your phone number began to blast me. When we call you, they recall you again. When you win and I call you and I refuse, I bring you that to your office.
Moses, we have a track record. We have a track record, and you know, part of the doing is what we're doing, we want to do something completely different in the district, and so we are in the planning process. We already had a consultation, the broader consultation, but we're in the planning process with all of our friends in the district, across the country, across the globe, in terms of how we go about the process. So we're developing a 10-point plan that will make available, and we'll sign an agreement with the people of District 15 to hold accountable. If we don't do this thing, you see any deviation of what we promised to do, write it around. We'll take the number, write it around, and take her to the house there and get her out of the office. We don't deserve to serve you. So we'll be taking a complete different turn of how we commit ourselves, not just the social contract theory, but we tell them, we say we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we tell the people in the district, sign up to it, we sign it. And if we go in the district and start doing something contrary, we will be there to say, go to the house, get her out. Not just because we know to get you out is going to be difficult with the house, right? But we'll do a way that you sign a paper. If it is 20,000 people, you get 20,000 signature from the district, or 10,000 signature from the district. We sign up to it and say, go there and get us out, because we promise you we're going to do X, Y, Z, and we're not doing it. So wherever the constitution says, say 25 or 30,000, we say 10,000 or 5,000, or whatever number, the numerical value you can have, get us out, because we're not fit to represent you as a representative.
So, Chairman, let me ask you this last question. Would you support the rally or the sit-in protest called for by Honorable Yeke Koluba?
Listen, I would support any rally that we demand the president to do what is right in the interest of the country and our people. If the sit-in action is about telling the president to do right, to revert to status quo ante, to do what is right, as we promised the Liberian people as a rescue mission, yes, I will support Yeke Koluba to do that.
Okay, thank you. Mo, do you have any last question for the chairman, because we're getting signal from the radio that we'll be leaving soon, and we also are getting signal that our time is out. So, Mo, any question, and then Milburn, you take us home with any question or any concern you have for the chairman. We'll close up for today.
The chairman said it all. For me, I just disagree with this theory that but the young people think that the young people need to rally around. The thing is, it's not about which demographic of voters. It's just about the mindset. Because in Liberia, we don't have the culture of doing things together in the first place. It's almost impossible when it comes to anything. Let's talk about politics that is more divisive than anything. My thing here is, if people can build up this actual mindset, look, you don't need to tell people who to vote for, but with the right mindset, they would know exactly at what time or at what stage you need your particular leader. That's just why it is. So the whole thing, because we can use the Georgia experiment to say, okay, he was a young man. He from outside the Beltway. He came from a slum community. It's one of the reasons. These are some of the reasons that people gravitated toward Georgia, that we want to break away from the old system. But at the end of the day, you must also have the experience to run the system. We learned this thing in the 80s when this so-called progressive came and turned our country into a complete S-hole on the ground, that they came from the U.S., that they could manage a society where, in fact, they never had the slightest clue how to run a country. 44 years, we are worse than we were. So the whole thing about, we can just try the young people. Okay, yeah, it's a good thing for young people to be in politics, but the whole idea, that whole thing that, the young people can be the one to do this. No, I want young people to be taking the charge, like what he's trying to do to impact his district. He said there's a universal set and there is a subset. We want to encourage more young people to come in, but it cannot be the idea that, the young people just come together. No, coming together for what? What are some of the intentions? What are some of the right reasons? Because it was the very same mantra that people bought into and it supported the Georgia presidency, and it happened to be a disaster after 6 years. So it's not about the demographic of voters, it's about the intent, it's about the mindset, and trying to do what's in the best interest of the country. That's just where it should be.
Thank you, Mark. Milburn, do you have any question, any concern for the chairman?
Well, nothing much, because President Monk and you, and including the chairman, you people have said everything. So, Chairman, I don't want to say I wish you all the best as we go to 2029. But mind you still be chipping in, because your people also depends on you. You know, it shouldn't be only time for politics. And I know that you've been doing your best, and you'll continue to do your best. Thank you so much for coming on, even though Steve said You came a little bit late, but I think we were able to give you close about 30 minutes on the radio and on the show. Thank you so much.
Yes, quickly before the chairman gave parking comment. Chairman, again, I want to apologize. Today we couldn't go through a lot. The next time, hopefully, we can schedule it, and I promise to keep
Man,
everything.
I really wanted to show that market hall in Canada, the chairman.
Tomorrow definitely we'll show it. Tomorrow definitely we'll show it because we'll be revisiting the conversation of the Senate. But for the chairman, really quick. Again, I'm very sorry for sending the conversation, the link late to you. But next time we're on, we'd like to talk a little bit about your bid and what you intend to do differently this time around.
Okay.
And then we can challenge you on other national issues, but we definitely want to allocate time so that we can focus, because we need to start having these conversations early on and start identifying people who want to come into office, especially the younger ones, and hearing your plans and so forth. So hopefully that next time we can focus on that and other national and training issues. Again, sorry for sending you the link late. It's my fault. I take full responsibility. What say you?
Hey, Moses, thank you, man. You know you're a brother. Thank you so much, and thanks to Mo. And you guys have been doing exceptionally well on the radio on a lot of different issues. So I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure. I will always be here. We can talk about all the issues. I think it's important as we go to 2029, which is very critical. We encourage some of the young people to get in the process. But like I said, like Mo said, we have to have a serious and genuine conversation about the leadership of our country. Because if we see people who in the Senate, are doing the same thing, and going to Buchanan and spending $278,000 for no reason, our people are people are sleeping in the Senate because of flood, situation, because of the rain, and people in retention hospital, they've been asked to take their relative there because this hospital is practically shut down or whatever it is, and so even JFK, you don't have beds, and people will go to, a few person will go to Buchanan and go spend $278,000. It's unimaginable. You just can't even imagine that. So for us to witness these very people come out to 2029 and say they want to be president, it speaks volume, right? So if we say it, that's it. But I just think that that's a way we can go around it as young people. We can have a genuine and honest conversation about what needs to happen. We can outline it and ask our people who are accountable. We can do something completely different. Yes, we are leaders of our country. We can do something completely different that can bring pride and dignity to our people, after elections. Not just after election, the same thing repeats itself. So I just want to say thank you, and for the opportunity to be on the platform, and we look forward to more engagement as we go along the process. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chairman. Definitely we'll be reconnecting with you in the back end so that we can schedule this and also get you on periodically to get your views on different national issues. Thank you so much. Milborn, thanks to you and the leadership for holding us down up to this time. Monk, any parting comment before we leave for tomorrow? Because tomorrow, it will be noisy.
My parting comment, I think we'll start with a video from Yeke, because Yeke, I think he just been re-echoing things that we've been saying on the SKTV as well, that the country is bigger than your political party or your political leader. There is now a classical, there is now a counted meat. The future of Liberia is your children's future, is your grandchildren's future. It is your future, whether you like it or not. And it's imperative better choices. And I keep telling our folks on SKTV, we will venture places that other networks won't go, because we think that SKTV provides the perfect opportunity. If we want to make an impact, we've been heard all over the country, and you can come here and support this program. Look, I keep telling Sekou, I say, Sekou, it pains my heart that we come here to even be talking about money issue. If we talk about the support of the program, our people should show up, because at the end of the day, I don't think so. I'm not saying that you cannot use other means, but I think the most perfect conduit to transfer that message to our people will be SKTV. All the mechanisms are in place, all the platforms are being built, all the channels that you think you can use. So come to SKTV with an open mind and think Liberia first, and then it will impact your decision. You don't choose the leader, you choose. When you look at the country, and it becomes easier to make better decisions, and that's the kind of a mindset we keep pushing on this platform. So be here all the time, and we keep sharing ideas.
Okay, thank you so much. Milborn, man, take us home now. The incoming Digon.
Yeah, so again, nothing much, my brother. We just want to say thanks to all of our people. Thanks for the support, and thank you for always following the SKTV show. Every day will come on by 6 o'clock to give you all of the information that you need to know. And thanks to the team, for always coming on. It's indeed a teamwork, and we are all energized every time to make news to our people. Happy Abraham Day and happy Father's Day to all of our wonderful fathers out there. We want to see all of our women out there appreciating those wonderful fathers, calling them and, giving them the flower while they are alive. Thank you so much and good night.
Yes, thank you also to all of the women, the mothers, sisters, daughters, wives, nieces. Thank you for your support. Aunties, thank you so much for your support, and to also appreciate and recognize men, especially men who are playing vital role in the lives of their children. I'm not talking about boys. We're talking about men. So thank you. And to all the men, in as well as today, Father Day, if you have been an irresponsible man who took the Father Day congratulations message and you're running around with a shame on you, you need to stop it. You need to step up and become a better father, a better parent. Get involved. Again, get involved. And let's lead and take care of our children as fathers. Thank you. Have a good week. Happy New Week. We'll see you on tomorrow by the grace of God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who willing to serve? Blessing that time